welcome to D&Dorks. I'm still not Matthew, but I am Jess, and I'm hosting again today. This is One Day at a Time, episode 5, I think.
5.
Yes. And I think our last episode was so relaxing and fun for half of the cast. How's everybody feeling? Everyone got a nice cathartic break. No one died. That was the plan anyway.
I kind of had a great time.
I was chilling in bed by the time the session wrapped, so you know.
I was chilling. It was good.
Yeah, I got wasted and then died violently. Like it wasn't just a normal day, given how days have been going recently.
It's been a second since we've recorded because we had a big holiday. Memorial Day was through there. Not to date this episode, but happy Paperclip Day, everybody! Celebrating the paperclip.
Wow.
That way all of our viewers know exactly what day this was recorded on.
With their intuitive memorization of exactly when Paperclip Day is, which is something everyone knows.
Holiday.
I think everyone on this call could pull that directly out of their
It's my
memory,
favorite holiday.
No problem.
Yeah, it's literally today. Duh.
Chat, I am watching the premiere for this right now. If you could, first person to tell me what day National Paperclip Day is wins.
Wow.
But anyway, we have a recap. We started out in a weird bit of void time that Otto had to do that no one else got to see.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think was so much fun.
That was fun.
And we got to have some more interesting void time. We got to see Claire just kind of dealing with a heart in her void. She just has a heart there. That seemed like a lot of fun. Dreg, you had a conversation with your counterpart from Hell. You were told that Hell is at peace and they want to help and they don't want this war coming to Hell. You were kind of given a thing to do, a task. Got to get that portal to Hell open, which you made a surprising amount of progress towards while you were alive. And Fia, you talked to the teacher again, right?
Yeah, I talked to May, and it turns out she's watching what's happening to us on a broadcast in heaven.
Seeing everything, which is so much fun. And then on top of that, you got a visit from just a super nice lady and a guy who definitely isn't the absolute worst when you were at your sandwich shop in the morning, which kind of sent the whole day spiraling. And we ended up having Fia and Claire and Razer, rather, going off and missing some important exposition about how there wasn't going to be an invasion that day. And how that there's actually 5 people potentially in this time loop, and that heaven would accept the surrender of those 5 people, which is not an option that you guys can do. Dreg made an interesting play trying to get some further conversation with our, what was her name? Bishop Nell Summers. Otto went off to explore the Wizard's Tower and found a cool little puzzle inside of the study. And I believe you wrote your name on a piece of paper.
God, it's been so long.
Something like that.
Completely forgot about that. I think I did.
Yeah. Which could potentially mean nothing to anyone because you did come up with that name technically after this point of time, which is fun. I like that. Fia, you talked to your sister in a graveyard.
And then I talked at her gravestone at the very least, and her helmet.
Yes, that is true. And then you and Razer went off and got killed.
Yeah, Razer was sort of drunk, frustrated, and belligerent, and Fia was like, yeah, fuck it, I need to blow off some steam, and then we got blown off like steam.
You sure did. And then in Void Time, Razer got an interesting revelation because she got Mixie drunk, and Mixie was the voice of the Secretary of Hell. Mixie is an avatar of death, and she was drunk in the void. And Fia, I believe we ended with you hearing from your sister.
Yeah, somewhat, like, maybe not that unexpected in the realms of death, but certainly he was like, oh, this must be that teacher girl May again. And there's like, oh, I recognize that voice. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then we cut to black, I think.
And so I think that'd be a great time to pick up with our good friend, Dreg Douglas.
Oh, boy.
So, Dreg, you have a peaceful night. You go to sleep. You don't die. You don't die. Everything is lovely. And you wake up peacefully in your void this time. And there's no moment of starting awake. It's not violent. It's kind of pleasant. It's like, when you wake up after having enough sleep, you feel refreshed, you feel good. And when you wake up, you hear a voice that is familiar. It's the same voice that you had heard earlier that day when you were talking to Bishop Summers. And she goes, Mr. Douglas, hello. You wanted to speak more.
I did. Yeah. Sorry, little groggy still. You're not usually my void person, which leads me to ask, how are you in my void?
You didn't die. You're not isolated. Everyone resets. This void is different than I think the one that you've been to. We are all here, but you and I and anyone else who didn't die are the only ones aware, or rather those of us with the ability to remember anyway. Time is resetting, and that's not something that's instantaneous. Things have to rewind. Have you ever had a wind-up toy, one of those mechanical ones that does something, and then you have to wind it backwards to the beginning, put it back on its track? It's that sort of thing. And so we've got a few moments, but not much time. Definitely not enough time to be talking about this. You seemed interested in helping, whereas your peers, we shall call them, did not.
Yes, well, as a diplomat, a politician, I understand much more the values of diplomacy, especially in ongoing conflict, where maybe the warrior class is a little bit more gung-ho about going gung-ho. So, I would love to negotiate, if we could, and in order to do that, I kind of need an idea of what exactly your side is getting at. You know what I mean? So that we can get you what you want, and we can get us what we want, which is mostly, to live life as we have known it.
We want to be allowed into hell, to slaughter everything that resides in there, and neutralize the inevitable threat to ourselves.
Ooh, okay. That is complicated. That is dicey. Not undoable, but very dicey. Could you speak more on this inevitable conflict? Because as far as I've known in the history of heaven and hell, and as far as I know about hell right now, hell is at peace. They want no part in war or conflict. I spoke with hell's ambassador himself, my good friend Paul.
You spoke
where's this inevitable conflict idea coming from?
When?
One of these mornings.
One of these mornings?
Yeah.
Since the time loop began, you've had contact with hell?
And plenty of times before, I assure you. Yes, I did.
What did this Paul Dar want from you, exactly?
Paul Dar wants nothing but a peaceful resolution. As I was saying, hell is currently at peace after a long time of, as I'm sure you're aware, upheaval and chaos. It's hell,
Yes, all of the demons and monsters at hell are no longer fighting each other, but that is their nature, is it not? Mr. Douglas, to fight, to kill? Is hell not where the worst things in existence go? And they've reached out to you, and all they wanted was peace. They didn't want you to do anything. They didn't want you to give them a passageway into here, into heaven, into the mortal plane.
Can I make a deception check to see how well I can lie about this before I start talking?
Oh, absolutely, you can.
Okay, that is a dirty 20.
That is a dirty 20, okay.
Well, our talks didn't really get far to the point in terms of, direct action, so I can't say that ever came up in our discussion. It was more of a check-in, obviously. This was very early on in the time loop, and considering that the clock tower was all jumbled and everything was jumbled, I just wanted to check in to see how our neighbor was doing, as one would do.
Fascinating.
So, yeah,
so
no
you
talk
reached
of the
out
past.
to them and not the other way around?
Well, yes. I imagine that we were kind of hard to reach, again, with everything being scrambled, and so many of our personnel are here, there, everywhere. I don't think anyone was even by the portal at the time.
No, I suppose that is fair. Still, I would have expected that they would have asked for passage, that they would have done the thing that hell does, devils lie, tried to get their way in here.
That's not devils, that's politicians. Except for me, and my good friend Paul. That was just a poor attempt at humor. I'm hearing a lot of the things coming out of your mouth. And you seem very hung up on just the inherent evil of devils. And, as a tiefling, someone who gets painted by that brush a little bit, I just want to say that maybe you're coming at this with preconceived notions that are not, creating very productive discussion. So again, very early talks. No talk of a path going through the Clock Tower City, and also maybe cooling, just generally.
Let's see. Well, I suppose you're right. And at the end of the day, I came here to make a deal, to talk with you specifically. And any day that you survive, we can talk. It should be fairly easy.
Great.
And I just wanted to say that I think I know what you want, Mr. Douglas.
Enlighten me.
You want to survive. You want to live the life you've always lived. I've met men like you. I don't think you particularly care what happens to this citadel. I don't think you particularly care what happens to hell. It doesn't strike me, based on the things I know about you, that you would be all too interested in the well-being of millions of demons. So how's this? Betray your friends to the best of your ability, work with me, and I will see to it that you are pardoned, that you will get to live a comfortable life, you will want for nothing, and you will not die in this invasion. You don't have to answer me right away. In fact, I insist that you think about it for a moment, and we'll talk soon. Just do your best to help us. After all, what can one man do? Not much. One person is small compared to a large machine, but you can help grease the wheels a little, I think, and that will be looked upon favorably by our God.
Before we go our separate ways and circle back to this later, maybe just something you could look into while I think about your offer. You've got a great read on my personality, my situation. I don't so much care about living the comfortable life as I do care about living in perpetuity. That's kind of why I have my job. And I'm pretty sure that a baseline requirement to that is making sure the realms, the way that they are now, kind of stay the way that they are. So either I need to be able to keep that position, or your people need to work on a way to get me immortality that does not involve the system I am currently in. That makes sense?
Oh, immortality? That's all you want?
Absolutely. I mean, the comfort would be great as well. Don't get me wrong. Don't make me an immortal pauper, please. But yes.
I'm sure we can figure something out. No promises. I'll look into it. I don't want to promise something I can't commit to. But, I mean, I've been alive for a little over 1,000 years now. I imagine it shouldn't be too hard to establish the same sort of deal for you.
Okay, great. We'll circle back about this whole fate of the 3 realms that we have ever known, and I will talk to you next time I die, most likely.
Excellent. We are out of time anyway, so
Okay.
just think on it.
Yep, give all my love and well wishes to your people. Goodbye.
All right, so, Otto,
Yes.
hello. You
Hello?
also wake up in a void. You also have a kind of a peaceful night, if I remember correctly. You did not die. And so for you, it's the same sort of thing. Like, waking up has been violent. Your void has been nicer than most. But today, you wake up peacefully. Not that I think Otto would have any idea what this feels like, but again, it feels like getting enough sleep, waking up naturally on your own time. However, you don't wake up in that all-white room that you usually wake up in. You're in a darker void. And it's quiet. You haven't died this time. And there's just a moment where it feels almost wrong that you're there. And then you sort of snap into that white space. And you hear that same old familiar voice going, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. We didn't know that you'd end up there if you didn't die. I'm sure that was strange."
Yes. What was that?
That's an area outside of time, a buffer. Time is being rewound. It's moving backwards. It's going back to the start. It takes a moment, but you probably shouldn't be outside of time. That's, I don't know. There may be some side effects to that. It's okay. I don't know if anything is wrong. Maybe only just for a moment. How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes.
I talked to some people yesterday
So
That-
you did.
wanted us to surrender our pendants.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they're scared.
Do you plan to?
No.
That's good. That's very good.
The mortal realm wants to destroy hell, but they're destroying the Clockwork Citadel and the city and its people to get to hell. And we're stopping them, and we're good at it.
Yeah.
And so they came to us, pretending, I think is the word, pretending to have the upper hand, and offered us a deal.
That is very astute. Oh, you were always smart. Oh, shouldn't have been a question.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, you spent a lot of time in my tower.
Yeah,
Are you looking for something?
I guess.
That's fair. Do you know what you're looking for?
No.
Well, you have lost something, but I don't think you're going to find it there. Unless, I don't know. If you ever think of what you're looking for, let me know. I know my way around that tower pretty well, and maybe I can help. But I don't think you'll find what you're looking for there.
Well, I'll still check.
Yeah, you would. You would. It's nice to see that you're more of your old self than you have been. That's been nice.
I don't know what you mean.
That's okay. You will one day.
Okay. Can you tell me how the puzzle in the Wizard Tower works?
Wouldn't be much of a puzzle if I just told you the solution, now would it?
I guess not.
Hold on, give me a second. I did not expect you to just ask.
Hey, DM, could you tell me the solution to this, please?
He's like, yo, do you have any questions about the tower? Let me know. I was like, actually, I got one.
Where's all the treasure, man?
Honestly, a perfectly in character moment, but Jesus Christ.
Do you have like a scroll of wish or something? We kind of need it.
Give yourself some inspiration or something. That's a good. I'm so flabbergasted by that. I love that. That's.
Thank you.
Now, Razer, you had questions for Mixie. And she's a little drunk, and you're in void time, and you said that, yeah, I'll answer your questions if you don't tell anyone about my job. I'm not supposed to tell people that.
Question for me to determine
Yeah.
Razor's role play and things like that. I've died, so am I still drunk technically?
No, you having died are not drunk.
Okay.
Mixie having not died is trashed.
Excellent. Also, just that was just a little bit of like a I wonder what's going on here moment, and you did reveal that died, and so now my physical form reconstituted is no longer drunk. But good to know.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Well played. But your character would know you're not drunk, so.
Okay, great.
Okay, you promised me that you'd answer some questions.
Yeah, I can answer a few things. There's some stuff I can't tell you, but that's a little out of my pause.
Right. So, you said back when we were having our wine, you said something that I'm remembering now that I think was probably a lot more important than I realized. You said death is not an ending.
No.
So then what happens?
See, that's the thing with you mortals, right? Like, you're all so scared of death. Like, oh, death is like this big, scary thing. But, like, what is a soul? Like, what is a person? Like, it's energy, right? Everything is energy. And this conservation of energy is no different with life energy, right? Like, it has to go somewhere. It doesn't just stop existing. And you lose your body, but your life's energy moves on, and then you kind of, it's a new phase of existence. It's a new plan. There's not, like, why I don't understand why everyone thinks that just like dying is suddenly the end. You have to go somewhere.
Okay, so then where do you go?
Hell.
Okay, so do you see why the concept of that might be a little bit frightening?
Why? I mean, you're not there for long. I mean, you go to hell, you get punished for your sins or whatever. I actually don't know what happens in hell. It's just like there's a cycle. You go to hell, and then you come back, and like...
So everyone goes to hell, but only for some time, and then everyone comes back.
Well, I mean, you don't, like, not right away. Like, so there are gods, and gods make things. They make, like, people and animals and stuff like life, right? Like, gods take the raw energy and they make something, but, like, everything has to be fed. So you go to hell, and it's more like you live a second chance life, and then have you ever had ground beef?
Yes, what does that have to...
So, like, you put the meat in like a grinder, and it gets all ground up and then cooked, and then you make like a burger or something, and then you eat that, and like now it's safe to eat since it's all ground up and cooked. Hell is like that for a soul, and then God is like the gods, they feast
Okay. Maybe better to ask a different question. So, if I shouldn't kill people, if the goddess of death doesn't want me to kill people in the way that I killed that piece of shit that I killed, then how should I kill them?
Oh, I actually don't know. I've never killed anyone before. That's not really my job. Also, the goddess of death, it kind of accepts sacrifices and offerings on like a case-by-case basis. And she's like being weird right now. I can't elaborate on that. I'm not allowed. I actually will lose my job if I do. And if I lose my job, then I think I just die immediately because I am so much older than any of you all think that I am.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just have to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But hey, I can stop, like, pretending that I've not been around forever.
Yeah? Can just say hi the next time I see you instead of... Okay, another thing. That code?
Oh, that's bullshit.
God damn it.
I just didn't want to have to go through the whole song and dance, and I thought maybe if I just, like... you didn't seem like you were gonna figure it out if I...
Well, it also seemed kind of like bullshit the more that you said you remembered from the code. But also, I didn't want to call you a liar, so...
Look, I'm not usually, like, in front of customers like this.
Customers?
Well, I like to think of it like a business. Death never liked that. But I don't know. I mean, you're dying, so you're accepting death. It's like you're like the customers. I'm like a behind-the-scenes kind of girl.
Okay, then. Well...
Yeah, it's fine.
If you can't tell me how I'm supposed to kill people in order so that this doesn't happen again, this beating, then, I don't know if I have any more questions.
Okay. You know, I'll see if I can do something about this. No promises. But this is awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Again, I'm supposed to be all professional and stuff, but like, jeez. You just have like a beating heart in your death void, and like, the sooner you die any day, the longer you're here. As you just gotta listen to it until time rewinds. Like, that's...
I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot easier now that there's someone to talk to. And I know that it's you, somebody I know.
Yeah.
But it's not great.
No, I don't think it probably is. I will be completely honest with you. I have like my own place that I've been staying for this, and I just like kind of come and chat, but like I'll hang out when you die, so you're not like stuck with this.
Okay, that'd be nice.
Maybe I'll like, I don't know, see if I can bring some wine in here or something. Can you like murder a bottle of wine? Maybe death can reject that, and then we can like have a good time.
Can I? What?
No, wine's not alive. Never ignore me. I'm just like spitballing. I think that's probably the most you're gonna get out of Mixie. I think she's yeah. Fia. Yeah, your dead sister's talking to you.
Yeah. There's gonna be almost like... Wait, Yord? Yord, is that you?
Yeah. Hi, yeah.
Where the hell have you been? I've called you on the Necromancer so many times. I can't get a hold of you. Speak with the dead, sendings, nothing gets through to you. Where the hell have you been?
Alright, so don't freak out, because I'm gonna tell you this, and you're my brother, and you're gonna get upset. I've been in hell.
What?
I've been in hell.
No, you didn't. What? How? No.
Yeah. I thought it was a mistake. I'm gonna tell you something else now. I'm a demon. I had a really high rank in one of the armies of hell. that was not a career path I expected, if I'm being completely honest with you. But I'm still me. I'm still me. I just was busy.
What the hell do you mean you went to hell?
I mean, I died. Fair?
No, but you didn't. Because it's only like, it's supposed to be bad people.
Yeah, that's what they told us. That's what they told us. I died, and I woke up in hell, and I was a demon, and everyone around me was a demon, and things were awful. There's a war, people were dying and killing, and everyone was saying horrible things, and so I killed and said horrible things too, because I was afraid to not be that. I was afraid they'd find out that I was a person, that I had a soul. I was so busy pretending I didn't have a soul, pretending that I was a monster, that I didn't realize everyone else here was pretending too. That's how it works. You're so afraid of hell, everyone is. And so you show up, you're here, and you go, oh God, I'm a monster now too. I can't let them find out that I have feelings, that I care, that I hate all of this, because they'll see that as weakness. And so you join the war, you fight, you kill, you throw people in the pits, you talk about doing awful things that you would never do to scare somebody else, so that they know that you're just like them, because you're trying to survive. Because you already died once and it was awful and horrible and you don't want to die again. And then one day, some idiot that you're fighting yells your catchphrase from the arena, and you stop and you almost get killed when you hear it because it's jarring. And then you talk and find out that somebody else here is just a person. And you find out that everyone is fear.
All the devils?
Every single devil, every single demon is
I
somebody.
thought they were like angels, but like the other kind.
No, there were. There were angels here. They were running the Hellforges. They were creating our bodies and putting us in armies and having us fight to kill each other. They wanted us to suffer a war like we have never seen before. They wanted us to die in horrible ways and do horrible things. They wanted to do something to our souls, to make it unrecognizable, to beat us down, to remove what makes us mortal.
The angels did.
Yeah. But there are no more angels in hell, Fia. We won.
Oh,
We killed all of
there was like a civil war, right?
Yeah. And we won because it's not a war, it's a prison riot. The Citadel, we weren't guards. We weren't protecting humanity and the mortal plane. We were prison guards. Fia?
Prison guards.
We were stopping people from getting out.
I don't. A lot of this is kind of over my head. What do you mean?
Mom and Dad are here.
Mom and Dad are there?
Everyone you've ever lost has come here.
What, like Bill and Peter and like everyone?
Yeah. Everyone.
But they didn't.
That's what you're fighting to protect right now.
I thought you had to be a bad person to. I thought I was gonna. Well, I guess I am.
Yeah. You are gonna go to hell, but hey, it's not so bad. We're actually making it kind of nice here. There's a suburb, which is wild.
What the hell's a suburb?
All the things to build in hell. It's a thing the mortals do. They have a bunch of houses that all look the same in a row, and they obsess over their lawns, and it seems terrible. But they think it's comforting, and some of them built a suburb in the middle of hell.
That's weird.
It's so weird.
I didn't think
We've
anyone
never-
lived in hell. I thought it was just, blood pits and fire and towers, and sulfur and stuff.
That's what it was. But we're building a better life. We're making something new. This place that is supposed to be awful and terrible and the worst. And these people that we're supposed to be afraid of, they're just people. They're just us. They're just me.
Then, hang on, what the hell is... Then why is all the people invading? Like, they keep saying they want to go to hell and kill everyone. How do you kill someone in hell, by the way? Like, can you die still?
Yeah, we die and we don't know what happens next. We don't know where we go. But that's...
Well, up until a couple of... today ago, I didn't either.
Yeah. But I mean, think about it. I think that's what the gods want. Fia, they had angels running armies and commanding us to kill and maim and torture each other.
The angels were doing that.
And the second that stops, a holy army starts to try and invade. Think about it.
That sounds like some bullshit.
Yeah, we earned this peace. I haven't been here long, but there are people who have been fighting for longer than you and I have existed.
Wait, okay, hang on. Stand me back here. So, hell isn't bad. It's full of people. And it was the angels running all the wars. And now that they're not running the wars, they're bringing a war to hell.
Yeah, Fia.
So it's like when like a promoter is trying to horn in. It's a fucking business, isn't it?
It's a fucking business.
Oh god, fucking damn it. Okay.
And God is the ultimate shitty promoter.
Yeah, no, I think I'm starting to see the shape of this. So it's like, because when we were trying with the union, it's like kept pitting us against the. So that's what that son of a bitch was talking about. He was. Well, I'm gonna. Listen, if we can get the gates, like, can you guys, like, because if you want,
It's like incoherent with rage, kind of like,
I'm gonna fucking, these they
Fia, you need to calm down.
The first time I died, it's because they had sent soldiers with weapons into a school. Full of kids.
Hey,
That got scared and they started screaming, and the soldiers started swinging their fucking, at the moment. Like, I just said calm down, and guy took
We're
a
all
swipe at
watching.
me. I take him down, everything goes to hell,
No,
the
Fia,
teachers die,
Fia,
the
we
thing
can
is
see.
exploding, and
I
I
saw
sent
how
the
you died,
damn
and you
kids
need
to
to calm
heaven.
down, or it's gonna happen. And then I think time is out, and I think it cuts off.
yeah, I think
she's telling you to
when Fia
come.
awakes, he'll wake with a start.
Yeah, you wake with a start. Is it allowed of start to wake up the shitty wrestling promoter who is?
Oh yeah, I think literally it's gonna be the thing of like, and I sent the kids to heaven, and he sits up and he's like,
I think Silver goes, "You did what, man? What are you doing in my room? What the fuck?"
"Shut the fuck up, Silver. This is not about you anymore." And Fia just like, he takes the package from the robot and ignores it and pushes it out of the way and leaves.
Delivery for
He just goes.
Oh. Okay. And I think at the same time we have Otto. You are, as usual, in front of a Detective Dickerson, and he's gonna go, or Detective Rick Dixon. God, I've made a very difficult name for myself to fucking remember with that one. Detective Rick Dixon, and he goes, "Yeah, so you got to take that into your own possession now. That's yours." You listening?
I gave him the same spiel I gave him yesterday about who my service provider is, that Gregor left everything in their name. I'm going inside.
No, wait, you can't go inside. We think this might have been a murder. We found a piece of evidence. There was a name written in the study. I don't know why I'm telling this to a robot. There was a name written in the study. Somebody by the name of Otto. Do you know of any Ottos who might have been in here, who might have done something?
No.
I think it's the last thing that the deceased wrote. And I think he wrote it for us to find. So when I find who this Otto is,
You let me know.
I will. But in the meantime, this is an active crime scene. And until the moment that my shift is over, because I'm part of a union, I cannot let you in here. After that time period, I assume the system will work its thing and you'll respect the tape and whatnot.
Of course. Okay. I had to haste.
All right. Razer.
Yes.
Yeah, you wake up, and this time, as usual, there's an automata standing over you, going, package delivery for Claire Queen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it turns around and walks away, and a few moments later, Mixie walks out of her front door and goes, "Hey, what's all that noise?" No, I'm just kidding. I don't have
Falcon
to do that
Alpha
anymore.
Romero
Bye.
113.
That, yeah. Funny. So, about last night.
Yeah. About last night?
I, answered questions to the best of my abilities. Please don't tell anybody anything. I don't want to lose my job.
I won't.
Okay.
Do think I need to talk to the others, though, and tell them that we need to get those gates open.
Yeah.
I think that's a
I
good
think
idea.
that's
I might
quite
not be
smart.
able to explain, but I think we should do that.
And Dreg did have me fix the train so we can go and find the aide to the ambassador to hell who's got the key. So that's actually weirdly prescient. He's continues to be helpful more often than I would expect.
Well, I'm not counting on it, but let's hope it keeps up.
Yeah. Also, he found the portal. I wasn't sure where that landed. Dreg actually did quite a bit yesterday, which is weird.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
We know that there's a train to find one of the keys. Do we know where the other key is?
Oh, Gregor had it.
It's in the tower?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need one key in the tower. We gotta go find the other one with the diplomat. Is that right? Okay. I think they'll listen to us because, Dreg has spoken to Paul Dar now, and, yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
All right, let's do it. We have a plan.
All right.
Let's go talk to the others, and I guess we'll probably find them at the sandwich shop. That's where we usually go.
Yeah, which is good, because we need Dreg's help.
Words I never thought I'd hear. Okay, and then head off to the sandwich shop.
All right. Dreg Douglas, you awake in bed feeling well rested, feeling great. This is the best night's sleep that you've had since the start of this loop. You didn't die the night before. There is an automata attempting to deliver a weird pendant of gears to you.
Yeah, I'll take the pendant. Thank you very much. Okay. Could I please use your chassis just as a little bit of a whiteboard? I need to figure out what I'm doing here.
Oh,
Because there are a lot of political things in motion.
defacing an automata is against Citadel rules.
Okay, then you can prosecute me tomorrow or some such. Okay, so we've got hell, we've got heaven, and we've got my party. Who are we telling what? My party, we are telling very, very little because it's a bunch of gung-ho warriors and also a robot who's very emotional. Hell,
Automatons do
they
not
need to
have
know?
emotions.
Yes, that's sometimes true. Hell is, and I think Dreg is going to do that with the intention of, okay, I'm gonna slip out of the cafe, and go see Eric by myself, but he does this whiteboard bullshit for so long that anyone who goes to haste is going to intercept him beforehand.
Okay. So yeah, I think probably all around arrive at haste around the same time. It is open. The city is still scrambled, so everyone's just kind of rolling with it, including the fact that there's a diplomat writing on a white board automata. And as you walk in, the automata goes, "Greetings. There is a crime in progress. I am being defaced."
Oh, great! It's you guys. Oh, I really need to
What's this
get
you're
a
working
watch
on?
or something. Artistic expression. You know, it's been very stressful couple of days. And do you have
that
a
my
do you have a
name here?
towel behind there? No, it's not. Do you have like a towel behind there with like maybe some cleaning solution on it, please?
What is your
Otto,
name?
can you capture a
name on
picture
turn.
of everything that Dreg has
Turn.
drawn?
Automata, turn this way,
Analyzing
please.
image.
No.
Please take record of the crime that has been committed here. The
Taking
automata
record.
turns to face Otto and shows all of the graffiti.
Hey, we could do that, or we could debrief, because I've certainly learned a lot, and I'm sure you guys have learned a ton as well. You little information getters and talk to people types that you are.
Yeah, well, why don't you tell us what you know? And, Otto, why don't you cross-reference what he's telling us with the data you just collected? Make sure that it's
do.
accurate.
I would
Well.
like to find a police officer.
You can go do that. How about you go through
I'm a
that
security
way
officer,
to the street, just
and
so
I'm right
it's
here. I'm in the process of investigating this, so you can just stay right there.
Excellent.
So, I had contact, in my void with a fella named Paul from Hell. I think I told you that yesterday. Basically, we need to find,
Paul, his name is
I
Paul
want to say,
Dar.
sure, yeah, and we gotta find, I want to say his name is Elroy. That's too memorable. What was it? Eric. We need to find Eric, who's an ambassador to Hell, and he can help us possibly bring Hell's Army into here, or maybe just open further diplomatic avenues for Hell to maybe.
Bringing Hell's army into the Citadel is a crime.
No, I never said I was going to do that, and I would never do that because it's a crime. I would never
Automata,
do a crime.
what's your serial number?
I am AM 6210.
AM 6210. Earmuffs.
I cannot hear anything.
Wish I knew they had that function. So, yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I've been working on this whole Hell angle. Is there anything new with you guys?
Actually, surprisingly, I fully agree with you here. I think that the first thing we need to do is get this portal open.
Whoa, who are you and what did you do with Razer? No, I'm kidding. I'm great. I'm so glad we're on the same page.
Is there anything
Cool.
else you would like to tell us?
Oh, before you left yesterday.
Because, I was just looking at what you wrote on the automata. How it says, you'll tell us these things. So I would like to know what the other things are that you weren't telling us. Just...
Well, I wasn't going to tell you this because I didn't want to put anything more on your plate, but after you left yesterday,
I'll
we
consider it.
actually spoke with 2 representatives from heaven, and they gave us some very interesting information, including the fact that apparently there's a 5th gear.
a 5th gear?
I think at this Mexico
like
Said something like that to me
5?
too.
5 of these?
Yes. Because they wanted us to, give them those, which we didn't, obviously, because,
Terrible
and I
deal.
don't think they
I
know.
was present.
Yes, and I don't think they know that we don't know who the 5th gear holder is.
Well, we didn't even know there were 5. Who's the 5th?
It's a great question.
Yeah,
It's not me. from Mixie.
Razer kind of looks over at Mixie and like, do I need to like insight check this or just like tell like kind of like glance?
You can if you want to.
Can I also insight that? Because I think I at least know that her whole deal is that she knows everything somehow.
Sure.
Definitely not me.
I have such low insight actually.
That's another dirty 20.
Oh, that's a 14.
As far as you can both tell, Mixie's being 100% honest when she says, it's not me. She does, however, think that statement is hilarious for reasons completely unknown to anyone who isn't Razer.
Razer kind of like gives her like a side eye and this like pauses and like thinks to herself, okay, yeah, I'll definitely ask her about that later. And then goes back to this conversation.
So somewhere out there, we've got like one more person who's in this loop, but they just haven't been fighting, I guess. I can't blame them.
Or an undelivered piece of gear from Mixie.
Undelivered.
Yeah.
Like one of the robots broke down.
Yeah, if somebody didn't get their thing, because I think you guys all have a thing, if somebody didn't get it, then they wouldn't be in the loop until they did get it.
Hey, would the robot be in the loop so long as it's holding on to it?
Yes.
Could we use
That, I
one of
believe,
the
is what
other
happened with
automata
Otto.
to find the robot that has it?
Well, yeah, because then the robot should remember a bunch of stuff it's not supposed to, right?
Probably.
Maybe the automata that has it would be like me.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Actually, there might be another Otto walking around who thinks it's alone.
Yeah, actually, Otto, I've been meaning to ask, what is the deal with you? Like, why are you so different from the others?
As far as I remember, this is how I've always been. But if there's another one like me somewhere, and they're alone, we should find them.
Well, yeah, at least before the heaven folks do. Hey, slime ball! You're looking directly
Oh,
at
that's me.
Dreg.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, are there any other gates into heaven from here? Like, there's the one in the tower. Are there any others? You have like a back door, diplomatic something.
Well, first of all, I'll ask, do I know and would I need to make a history check to know?
I think you know very well that the door. So, this is the thing I think all of you would know. The portal is to the mortal plane, not to heaven. And it is the one portal you have to the mortal plane is at the top of the tower, and the one portal you have to hell is next door to the sandwich shop now.
Yeah, but there's also the evacuation platforms that did send people to heaven.
Yes.
So now Fier is wondering, like, is
platform.
there some other way?
The evacuation platforms that send people to heaven, the only ones of those are in schools. Because everyone who is here, the sort of trade-off for getting to live this life in this beautiful paradise with the chance at immortality and all of your needs being met is that if hell invades, you have to fight, right? But they're not going to make children fight. So the evacuation platforms were only in schools. And there's one school in each sector, so maybe another sector didn't get their kids out in time, or maybe they did.
Yeah, I doubt Fier would know that, but maybe Dreg would, unless, of course, he doesn't really give a shit.
If Dreg wouldn't know that, I think at least Razer would, because Razer is sisters to a teacher.
There are no portals to hell, but each school has an evacuation platform for all the kids. I'm assuming and hoping that all of them worked well and were used. But if there was one that wasn't, then maybe one of the other sector schools still has an evacuation platform.
Right, so... And Fier sort of just kind of trails off, and there's a very intense look on his face.
Razor's gonna walk up to the automata and then like remove the automata's earmuffs.
Is earmuff time over?
Earmuff is over.
Excellent.
Automata, can you locate and find another automata on the system that was supposed to make a delivery that was unable to be completed?
There are 291,000 uncompleted deliveries currently in the Citadel.
Can you find a specific delivery?
Yes, who is the sender?
If I don't know the sender or the recipient, but I know the contents of the delivery, would that help?
No.
I thought it was the wizard guy. The dead one, right?
Oh, Gregor? Is there any packages that were supposed to be received by Gregor?
There is one package that was supposed to be received by Gregor. It is currently being held by Automata AM463.
Okay,
That's me.
we know about that one.
Who sent me this? And I point to my gear.
That is Hope.
Can you show us what other packages were sent by Hope?
There are 2,015 people named Hope in the Citadel.
Can you look for the specific Hope that gave me this and see what other packages that entity sent?
Can you find a record of the last package received by Claire Razer Queen?
Acknowledged.
Who sent that package?
That package was sent to you by...
The anticipation is killing me.
And after a moment, you realize this automata is just not responding. It's just standing there going,
Hello? Sent by who?
hello.
Great.
I seem to have experienced a processing error.
Okay,
Right,
I don't think
okay.
this is gonna work.
Any weird malfunctioning robots that remember stuff they shouldn't? I don't know. Is that something you can ask them about? Do they know what each other know?
Would you like me to run a diagnostic on all robots in this sector of the Citadel?
Yes, but will that interfere with the functioning of all the automata, or is that gonna...
Each automata will temporarily be distracted as it is assessed, one at a time.
Okay. Run that diagnostic on all automata in the Citadel.
So she goes, acknowledged, and turns to Otto and goes, greetings, AM463. I have a series of diagnostic questions with which to ask you today.
Okay.
Are you aware of any malfunctions in your system?
I wave my hands from under them. You can skip that one. We know about that one. You move on to the next one, please.
1 second. Is this a manual process that you will go to each automata yourself for this diagnostic check?
Yes.
Cancel function. Guys, I don't think this is working. I think we should try something else.
I mean, we could just have her do that while we go do what we're doing this morning, if anyone's seeing.
Perhaps we
Eric?
should ask the astrologist.
I'm not. No.
Nixie goes, I like this idea.
Astrologer?
Astrologer. Diviners.
Astrologer.
Astrologer.
Those guys, half of them are frauds. Well, I tried to get them to call my sister. Oh, wait. Yeah, you know what? Actually, let's go talk to an those guys.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, we can
You
try
tried to
that.
get hold on, you tried to get somebody to talk to your sister? Mixie saying this.
Yeah, just want to check in with her about something.
Is your sister dead?
As long look, not great with inside checks, but Fierre's gonna be like, why is she asking me this? That's a 14 on an inside check.
She's curious to see if this works. You could tell that she's like, kind of like, that's shouldn't be able to happen sort of thing. You know how when you say, oh yeah, I've done something in front of like an expert who goes, you did what?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, she died a few years back, but, you know, I tried some necromances, some seances, some speak with dead. You know, none of it worked, but I figured maybe an astronomer. The star people.
Yeah. Interesting. If that ever works, let me know. If you ever end up talking to your dead sister, let me know.
Oh, why are you curious?
A hobby.
Mixie has a lot of weird hobbies. She also invented this very intricate code for communication of immense amount of information with just a few words. It's very impressive.
Oh, it's like math stuff.
It's a compression algorithm.
Yeah, way beyond. She works on stuff. She fixes stuff in the Citadel.
I'm very good at math.
I never really figured it out much past multiplication.
Neither have I.
I'm good at taxes, though.
Guys, we need to find the guy that holds the key to this hell portal. And we need to... So here's what we need to do. We need to find the person that holds this key. We need to find the other key, because there's two of them. And we're pretty sure it's somewhere in the Wizard Tower. And we need to find possibly the last person or the fifth gear.
Maybe we'll get lucky and the man with the key also has the gear.
Maybe.
That would be convenient.
Right, but what about the tower, though?
The tower is in a new situation.
What kind of situation?
Well, I visited yesterday after everyone ran away. And so I went in and looked around, and I left myself a note with my name on it because I wanted to see if it'd still be there. The good news is, it was. The bad news is, Detective Rick Dixon now has reason to believe it's a crime scene and will not allow me to enter.
Oh. Well, that's a problem.
But humans only work so many hours in a day.
Yeah, Rick's shift should be over soon. And, I mean, we take unionized labor very serious here, so there's not going to be any overtime.
Wait, how do you know how long he works?
Who, me?
Yeah.
The code. Math.
Oh, math, right.
Impressive. I would love to
Sidelong
learn
glance
this
at
code.
Razer. Yeah.
Razer is kind of giving a look at Mixie that is like this like face that's like, hey, you might be pushing it just a tiny bit.
Something wrong with that? I don't know.
No.
Math is so powerful.
I agree.
Predictive analytics has always been outside my wheelhouse. But yeah, so where should we go? To the tower? Or should we try to find this other hell diplomat?
Perhaps we split up?
Yes, I am definitely doing the diplomat.
Are you now?
It would be my job, and I would hate to burden the rest of you with
No.
thinking and
I'll
talking and
come with
stuff.
you. I think you need a bodyguard or something after the whole thing with the puppets.
I was gonna say babysitter, but yeah, that bodyguard
Oh.
works.
That is such a...
At that point, Freddy shows up.
I have a bodyguard. Freddy.
I do serve as a bodyguard. Hey, boss. What's
Yes.
The city's weird.
Hey Fia, why don't you go with Dreg anyways and just make sure he doesn't get up into any trouble, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, Freddy, I've heard about you from your boss. Says very many nice things about you. Now, he's been getting some death threats. Not so good. So I'm just gonna tag along and make sure nothing happens to him. That cool by you?
Yeah, absolutely. If somebody's gonna hurt the boss, they're gonna have to physically go through me. Like, their sword would have to go through me before it could hit the boss.
Well, let's just let it go through me first, eh?
Yeah, okay. Just,
Right.
don't die, okay?
Dreg, where are we off to?
Where, I can't do anything. We're gonna go to the train, and we're gonna go to the sector that what's his name is in.
Eric.
Okay.
Yeah,
can
that
I-
guy.
Yeah,
I,
Freddy's speaking up.
I want to, Dreg, is there anything on this whiteboard that you were writing down that very obviously states that, like, yeah, like, I'm not going to tell these people this kind of thing. Also, did you write about the deal that you wanted to make on the whiteboard? Like, how much of your tactical stuff did you put on this whiteboard?
Yeah, me having memorized it, how much
Yeah.
would I...
Here
able to articulate.
is a pitch. I will roll deception
Okay.
to see how decent of code I would have put these terms in, because there is the possibility that I could have been just like, this piece of information is represented by a circle, and I like
Right. How
I put a
cryptic were
circle
your
next to you,
notes?
and I'm like, yes or no. So let me do a little deception on that and see.
This could be the funniest roll to roll poorly on or roll well on.
I rolled pretty well. I got a 22.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Damn.
So we can't
Yeah, I
tell,
literally can't beat that on an insight, so...
we can't tell shit
Yeah.
from what you wrote.
This fucker has rolled all teens this session. Very
Okay.
good job, newcomer.
I was gonna roll
Powerful
insight, but
dice.
there's my insight is +0, so there's absolutely no way that could tell anything that's going on.
Mine is also
you could
plus
always
0.
crit. You
But
can
that's
always
true.
crit,
Would naturally
and it would be funny.
suspicious. Razor, should I roll and see if we get a nat 20 on insight?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that'd be funny.
By some stickler rules, it would be like, well, it would still lose because it'd be a 21.
No, it's
but
a 12,
I've never
unfortunately.
subscribed to that.
But I
would
would
also love
say
to roll, by the
that
way.
I think Razer would just be naturally suspicious of Dreg because 1, she doesn't trust Dreg, and 2, she saw her name written on the thing and wants to know what that's about, and so just in general wants to keep an eye on him. But I was very curious to know if we could tell anything from your writing, but Dreg too smart. Dreg's too
I would love to
smart.
crit fish if I can, since I did
Yeah,
memorize
crit fish.
it.
Crit fish.
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
That
might have been
Yeah, I
so
rolled as
funny.
well, and it was a 16, so that's not going to go anywhere.
No, I don't think so. Okay. So we're splitting up then.
Yeah.
All right.
And like, yeah, and Otto, I'll go with you. I think if I talk to Dick, then I might be able to get us into that tower anyways, so might be able to figure it
Cool.
out. But maybe first we should get some food. I'm pretty hungry.
I almost forgot. We're at Haste, the best bodega in the city. I would love to roll for a sandwich.
Is sandwich the thing you're doing?
Yeah, I think
there's
we're
other
using
options.
activity slots by doing. Are we using activity
Yeah.
slots by doing our little mission things, or are we?
After this discussion, I've assumed this is another no climbing tower day, and we're using it to investigate. But if we're able to do this all in our activity time,
You can do this in your activity time and still take an activity. Obviously, I will
Okay,
hit a point where I
okay.
say, okay, you are out of activity time. If you want to climb the tower, you got to go climb the tower. But like, there's an invasion happening today, so there's no reason like not to. Like, you don't have much time
Yeah.
after
Right.
noon. That being said, you will always have time to do one thing, and your other options, I think, at the moment, are the blacksmith, the astrologer.
astrologer. Yes.
And the library in the wizard tower.
Question: when Detective Rick Dixon was telling me about the note left, did he mention that they like confiscated the note? Because if they did, it won't be there tomorrow, and we won't have this problem anymore.
He did not say anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Fia's
if we
talking
are-
to the blacksmith about like improving his weapon in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, she's an armor blacksmith.
Oh,
There
she's
is
only
a-
an armorer.
yeah.
Okay,
There's a
armor it
different
is.
person that you can activate to be a weaponsmith.
I have a strange ask.
Ask what?
Okay. And it would require splitting us up even more.
Oh, I'm so curious.
After we had that super awesome level up where we all gained like 4 levels or something, gained access to a bunch of new spells. And I chose this one not necessarily knowing how it would work given the lore of this world, okay? But it's Summon Construct.
Okay.
I can call forth the spirit of a construct. It manifests in an unoccupied space that I can see within range, blah, blah, blah. It has its own spell slot. I choose a material, clay, metal, or stone. Depending on which one it chooses, it has different abilities. But the point is, it can exist for up to an hour with concentration. It is an ally to me, and it takes its turn immediately after mine and obeys verbal commands. No action required by me.
Okay.
So could I
like
make a
this.
second me, a simpler me, and send that to the astrologer while I go to the wizard tower?
That's crazy.
I love that.
You don't have to say yes. Saying that I can do this will open a can of worms.
Droids making droids. Jesus. What are you
I would
hoping to
Gonna
have
end
it?
in a Grey Goose scenario.
Yeah. What are you hoping to have it accomplish?
I just want to maybe knock out 2 activities during one activity time, you know? I feel like the astrologer is the simple one. It only exists for an hour, so just sending it there to find out what information it can while I go do the other stuff with the key in the wizard tower.
How are you planning to get knowledge back from this construct?
Great question. If it has enough time, we could reconvene. If it's within an hour.
Is this like Naruto rules, and when the construct goes away, you know everything the construct
No. The construct will have to come back
Otto going,
and give you
Kagebunshi no
knowledge.
jutsu.
If we
All
have
right,
enough
I'm gonna-
time.
I'm going to let you do this, but I want you to be very specific with the instructions that you are giving this construct.
Okay.
So go ahead and cast your spell. Use that spell slot.
I cast the spell. I make a little mini me.
What does your mini-me look like? What's it made out of?
Well, the different materials are really only have difference in combat as far as I can tell. So I guess I'll just make it out of whatever I can find around, which is probably stone. Is probably my best bet.
Yeah, stone is probably your best bet. Okay. And does it look like you, or does it look like something else?
I'm definitely making it look like me.
Okay. So you, a creature of brass or of golden marble, create a mini you made of stone. And she opens her eyes and she goes, "Hello."
Hello.
I'm new.
Yes. I have a task for you.
I like tasks.
Now, before I say what I'm about to say in roleplay, I know we had Mixie, quote unquote, fix the astrologer.
Yeah.
I assume that means we know where to find it.
Yeah.
Okay. And did the astrologer's place have a name, like a specific name, or was it just the astrologer's place?
Oh, let me check.
Just want to leave no room for error here.
I did not give it a name.
Okay.
The name of the astrologer is Oracle Jenna Rose.
Okay. So the astrologer themselves is named Jenna Rose.
Yes.
I assume Oracle is the title.
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1
The
second. I'm gonna write
Clockwork
that down.
Rose.
Astrologer is Oracle Jenna Rose. Cool. Okay. Yes, you're new. I have a task for you.
I like tasks.
So do I. You need to go to an astrologer by the name of Jenna Rose.
Okay.
And you need to ask, what are we having her ask?
Good question. Because we've never been there, we don't know what the astrologer can do mechanically.
This is true.
I think Mixie's going to speak up because she loves this oracle. She goes here all the time.
Okay.
She goes, I always ask the oracle what she thinks the universe needs to tell me.
Whoa. Do you think that'd help us find Eric?
Maybe.
Okay. You need a name.
I need a name? I don't have
yes.
a name. I want a name.
Pick one. Whatever you want. That's what I did.
She's gonna look around the room and she's gonna see a jar of pickles on the sandwich shop. And she's going to say, "My name is Dill."
Amazing. Pleasure to meet you, Dill. Here's your task.
Thank you.
You need to head to an astrologer by the name of Jenna Rose and ask what the universe needs you to hear. And then report back to me. I will be at Gregor Laray's Wizard Tower.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. And she turns and walks out the door, and as she walks out the door, you hear her go, "Wow."
I love her. Protect her.
Otto, you might want to ask Dill to get a message for you instead of for Dill.
Oh. Dill!
She's out the door. She's down the street.
Wow, everything's so new and amazing.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
We'll see what happens.
No, I mean, you can chase her down if you wanted to, but that'll start cutting into your time. What a
No
spectacular... Hold on. Let me do a couple of rolls really quick. Okay.
I wonder if she'd pick the same name every day.
Okay. I did just roll on the sandwich chart and choose an ingredient.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
We'll see. But I mean, at the very least, we'll see if she even has time to get to the astrologer and back. That's what we'll learn today.
Yeah.
And so...
Exciting. And so the party is splitting up. I believe, if I understand correctly, Razer and Otto are going to the tower, while Fia and Dreg Douglas are going to the train.
Yeah, along with Freddy.
Along with Freddy.
Yes.
Good old Freddy. And
I
I
think,
go ahead.
for the sake of more time, I'm just going to go ahead and skip sandwich time and just go straight to the tower.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think we have time for sandwich, unfortunately.
Yeah, I did ask the armorer
Tough
for
day.
some kind of armor upgrade, but that's ready tomorrow then, right?
No, it's ready today. The reason we had to wait last time
okay.
was because, or the previous time was because the armor wasn't ready yet. But yeah, let's roll on the armor table for you. Actually, I don't know why I'm rolling. Go ahead and give me a d20.
Oh,
A D20.
speaking of that, hold on.
That's a 4.
A 4. Okay. You have
Any buff is a good
gotten-
buff.
True.
You have gotten portal armor. So your armor can magically create a portal and redirect projectiles from your body towards somebody else. You do not have control over who that is. You can do this once per combat. You will roll whatever dice allows us to select from the exact number of people that there are, which I will then compare to my combat tracker and see whether or not it's an ally or a foe that you're redirecting those projectiles to.
Okay, cool.
Lovely.
Fiona's gonna be like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna use that, but sure, yeah, I'll take it.
That is not a standard magic item. You're not going to find that in D&D Beyond. That's just a thing that I came up with and laughed about. Very much inspired by Spot from Spider-Man.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I just threw you like a mechanical curveball.
Go
but
for
I
it.
have another question.
Yeah, fire away.
I am an automata.
Yeah.
In D&D Beyond, I am a Warforged.
Yes.
Okay? I have integrated protection. Your body has built-in defensive layers with enhanced armor. You can only don armor which you have proficiency. To don armor other than a shield, you must incorporate it into your body over the course of an hour. If I do that, do I get to keep it over multiple days, or is this like irrelevant and anything the armorer makes we get to keep over multiple days anyways? I can't.
The armor stuff you get once per day. I'm just gonna let you wear clothes.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay. Then yes, let's have the party move. I think I want to do Dreg and Fia out the train first. So you get to the train, and it's kind of funny because everything in this city is scrambled up and disheveled looking, and like things are in weird places. And then the train is like immaculate. It looks like the train track between sectors looks exactly how it looks every day. The tracks are clear. It is running and operating. People who have a commute are kind of just going about their day. If you were to stop and listen, you could hear people be like, weird that this train is the only thing that didn't get shuffled with the rest of the city, but hey, I can go where I need to go. Unless you want to roleplay with the people buying things on the train or have anything to do, I think I'm going to just have us move into the next sector.
I definitely want to chat to Dreg. But
okay.
Don't think I'll be interacting with NPCs otherwise, except Freddy.
Then Dreg?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
I will
so
let you guys
as we're sort of-
converse while you're traveling. Maybe you're sitting on the train.
As was like on the train. So, Dreg, how long you been ambassador?
I mean, after a while, you just kind of stop counting, eternity and all that. Let's leave it at a very long time. Yeah.
Very long time. So you know how the stuff works around here, right?
Yeah, I have areas of expertise.
Yeah, because I was wondering, hell, right? You die, you go to hell if you've been bad, you go to heaven if you've been good. That's more or less how it works, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Pretty simple system in that regard.
Yeah. So, who, like, the people who run hell, right? Like the top dogs, the demons, the devils, the all of them. You ever meet them? Chat with them? Ambassador stuff, parties?
So you would not have.
Okay.
The man you're going to go see, Nick?
Eric.
Sorry.
Eric.
The man you're going to go see, Eric, is the person who probably would have been talking to people from hell. You would know the same thing that other people know about it. There's archdemons that rule the armies of hell, and they have hell forges where they forge more monsters and demons that are creatures of pure evil. So the stories say.
Yeah, I've never spoken to any of them personally, but, I know the general how it works. They have the hell forge, they make monsters, archdemons, etc., etc.
Yeah, the normal stuff. What if that wasn't true?
Well, that would be very odd.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
Why? What made you think of that one?
Well, because we've got mortals invading and they're trying to get into hell. But normally, like, the deal up here is we're here, so hell doesn't get into the mortal realm. Or heaven. So why do they want to go back the other way? Seems like everything's kind of upside down. So I've been wondering, who exactly runs hell? I thought maybe you'd know, like being fancy important fella like you are.
Well, of course I know. The archdemons run hell. They're the sort of top demons, but, somehow they have apparently achieved peace, which I guess I didn't really think about that hard.
Freddy's gonna interject here and go, specifically, the archdemons are who we have our treaty with. The archdemons agreed a long time ago not to invade us, and they committed to a celestial contract that said if they did invade the Citadel, they would cease to exist and be atomized to 1,000 pieces slowly and painfully.
Right. So that's weird, isn't it? That now all of a sudden heaven seems real scared that hell's gonna do something if there's a big celestial contract saying they can't. Why are they scared of us, Dreg? Why are they scared of hell?
That's a great question, and honestly something that I was gonna pick the guy's brain about, because I agree. I mean, why would heaven think that hell is going to do anything? You know, they've stayed in hell for all this time. They know they're part of the deal. So like, hey, we're on the same page here. Very confused as to why heaven thinks there's this, let's call it an inevitable conflict with hell, which would be ridiculous.
Yeah, because, like, the asshole who killed me twice now, he was saying some of the same stuff, like righteous crusade nonsense, zealot shit, you know? But he's, like, they're all from the mortal realm. Like, you never heard about this?
Well, no.
Like, how did they get all these mortals to march through the portal? That must have gone through you at some point, surely. Like, Freddy, like, he must have gotten letters or something, right?
Oh yeah, we get letters all the time. They've been asking for the status of what's going on in hell for a while, but they've been telling us that that there were a few letters saying that the big military massing that they were doing was for a parade and that we didn't need to worry about nothing.
Okay,
And,
Freddy.
at
Technically,
one point
that
they said that
correspondence
they
is
had
confidential. That's confidential,
that's
Freddy.
my bad. I'm so sorry.
So,
I just get so excited. You never asked me to share what's in the letters, and I was excited to share what's in the letters. I've read every single one of them, just like you asked me to. Boss.
Okay, thank you, Freddy. There may have been rumblings, okay? But with that kind of thing, you just kind of chalk that up to religious extremists, which these very much are religious extremists, and you kind of assume, with the religious extremists, they're sort of on the fringes, the minority, and it turns out that might have not been the case. And if I had to guess, I think heaven just has some very, misconceptions about hell and demons and devils and all that. But I think that it's nothing that can't be resolved with some dialogue and a little bit of understanding.
Fia gives him, like, a long look. They sent soldiers into a school full of children, Dreg. Soldiers with weapons who were ready to kill. You think, I don't know, man. Have you ever talked to one of those people before? One of the religious freaks, one of the real bad ones?
I've definitely at least spoken to a colonel or two in my time. There weren't long conversations.
They seem reasonable to you? They seem amenable to dialogue?
Well, those aren't the people we have to talk to. They answer to somebody, don't they?
Well, yeah. God, heaven, all that, which...
And the Empress.
Plus her. Who's the Empress?
Empress Lamia. She's the Empress of the mortal realm. She conquered the whole thing a while back and has been alive ever since. She has a direct line of communication to the god of light.
Shit, I've been out
the
of
mortal
touch.
realm is all under one rule right now. I mean, there's like resistance and stuff, but most people, people have been getting real religious lately. Like it seems like every generation's a little more into like the god of light and other gods.
So there's a tyrant. There's a tyrant ruling the mortal realm?
Tyrant is not a terminology we really use. Things like unified leader. Basically, the Empire of Light has been a great thing politically for the mortal realm because it just keeps things so in order, So tyrant is a big scary word.
She can talk directly to the god of light. That's why everyone follows her. Most people worship these gods, and she speaks directly to the god that they worship, and
So basically, heaven. Wait, hang on. So the rule of the mortal realm answers directly to the god of heaven, which means that when they're invading here right now, that has to be an order from up top, right?
Well, they're not invading right now. I mean, why would they invade us?
Oh, they will in about, like, checking the time, X number of hours, right?
What?
Don't worry about it, Freddy. You're gonna forget all about it tomorrow, so you don't need to worry about that.
But if they're coming here on her orders, then her orders come from up top, up from heaven, right?
Well, I think it's more of a sort of position of influence. They probably dialogue, but orders, I mean, seems pretty dramatic. I would assume they speak as equals and have...
Did they speak to you like an equal?
Yeah, would I have even spoken to them?
You spoke to, what do you call it? To Bishop Nell last episode.
But, like, I wouldn't have spoken to Empress Lamia.
Oh, she doesn't give you the time of day. You've never met her.
I mean, that's a very, an exclusive appointment. You know, she's very important, obviously.
You're the
very
ambassador
busy.
to the mortal realm. You never spoken to the Empress? Like, the person in charge of the... Isn't she the one who gives you the orders about what to tell us?
No, I get that from other ambassadors. You know, there's a hierarchy. You know, there are the ambassadors who go to and fro and kind of say things, and then there are the leaders on either side. You're not speaking directly to the leader if you're an ambassador, you know?
I'm not so good with words, but isn't that what an ambassador is? The person who talks to someone for someone? I'm sorry, Dreg, what the hell is it even that you do down here?
I don't foresee an answer that won't get me punched. So,
Sorry.
there's a lot of nuance to the position, and I like to see it as upkeep of morale, considering the times of relative peace that we've been in.
Freddy is maneuvering himself between the two of you. This situation has been
Yeah. Yeah.
just making himself take up as much space as possible, just quietly.
Well, okay. Tell me something then. Tell me something. What if all that was bullshit? All that was a lie? What if hell isn't actually bad? What if someone made it bad? What if heaven made it bad? What if they did that on purpose? What then? What if all of this is just, it's like, a shitty business owner, right? When people try to unionize, right? He'll go to someone and say, hey, they're all trying to unionize. That sucks. That's gonna make it harder for me to pay you wages. How about I pay you better wages and you go to the meeting and you tell them, hey, don't talk to each other like that. I just got a big raise. We don't need a union for nothing, right? What if it's like that? What if it's like that? What then?
I don't think our position is officially that we support unionization.
It's like there's like that little tension in Fia's hand, like there.
But if that were the case, then I think it would be very important to open a dialogue about fair treatment and compromise between the outright subjugation and some radical unionization talk, and everyone can win.
No, Dreg, no they can't.
Boss, sorry, you saying we should compromise between subjugation and not being subjugated?
Not on the record, not on any kind of record that is not an official statement from my governmental position. I'm just saying that I would love to see a dialogue happen.
In my experience, if you want to get a union off the ground, you can't just go and talk to them. Not just one by one. You want to get a union off the ground, you get 50, 100, 500 guys standing outside their house, shouting them down while they're trying to sleep for 5 days. Then they come to the table. They come to the table when they're scared of something. They come to the table when something's happening that they're scared of. Usually that, you're going to kick in their doors and drag them into the street. Haven't had to do that for a while. Heaven's scared of us. Dreg. Those ambassador dipshits, no offense, those ambassador dipshits who talk to us, they're scared of something. Otherwise, they're not negotiating. No one negotiates if they're not scared of something. So what are they scared of? Why would they be scared of hell? And why do they draft the whole goddamn... Why aren't the angels down here fighting themselves? By the way, all of this, I'm telling you, Drake, all of this shit stinks. All of this shit stinks to high heaven. Literally to high heaven. They're gonna kill us, Drake. They sent soldiers into a school full of children. With weapons. They're gonna kill us. The moment they have what they want from us, they're gonna kill us. Do you know why they're gonna kill us? It's not even that they hate us. It's not even that they're that upset with us. It's because we're inconvenient. You make yourself inconvenient to the boss, you get caught loose. They're gonna kill us, Dreg. Every single goddamn last one of us. They're gonna kill us because we're inconvenient. You can't talk to them. You want power to respond to something? It responds to power. We need to figure out what kind of power we have they're scared of.
This train has been stopped for a long time. I think our stop's supposed to be next.
Oh, the train is fully stopped. People are getting off. This speech is happening. People are kind of walking past going, all right.
That is sure, yeah, that's a great manifesto. I gotta get you in contact with my ghostwriter and get that stuff in writing, because that's very moving. Let's first get a move on, though, and with one finger I point outside of the train, and with another finger I point to Freddy and cast message.
Okay. What message are you sending, Freddy?
If I pinch you during the meeting, that is a signal to get me alone with the hell guy. Away from Thea.
Freddy makes no acknowledgement. Acts as if nothing just happened.
That's my little professional.
As Dreg gets up to go to leave the seat, like Fjord grabs him by the wrist and goes, "Don't give up your power. Whatever power you have, whatever you got on them, don't give it up ever." Now let's go talk to the useful guy.
Let's do that.
There you go. Out of there, and wow, it is so convenient that in this sector it has been reorganized such that the ambassador's office is right next door to the train station. Isn't that so crazy? So crazy and so nuts. But we'll get to that because I think that went longer than I expected. So we'll get to the ambassador in a moment. Hey everybody, it's Future Desk with a few more announcements. The announcements I have right now are mostly just the Patreon. Again, that's patreon.com/the D&Dorks. As far as I know, we don't have anything else to announce. I'm kind of pushing my luck by recording this announcement so far in advance. If anything comes up, I'll have to re-record this. But if it doesn't, then man, am I good for recording this early. First, I want to go back to Razer and Otto so we can get a little even time going on. Yeah, you show up at this active crime scene. Detective, good old Rick Dixon. Detective Dixon is looking at his watch. He's like, come on, 30 more minutes. I got this. 30 more minutes. I got a Boston accent because I'm a cop. That's what I got to do. Get back into this voice. Like 30 more minutes. Oh, hey, what can I do for you?
Are you Detective Dixon?
That is me, yes. Hello.
Hi. Yes, I am Sergeant Claire Queen of the Guards Corps. I've been told that this is an active investigation.
It is, and funny that you're here right now, because you actually, I needed to notify you. I was going to do it later. How do you know the deceased?
Well, that's a funny story, is that before today, I did not. We've never met before.
Interesting. And yet you're here, and I don't think anyone has had the chance to tell you that you've inherited all of this.
Well, actually, that is what my companion here has just informed me. I have inherited the role of both their maintenance operator and also this tower. And so I was just here to check it out.
Oh, well, it is an active crime scene at the moment. I mean, it is technically yours, that is true. But it's a crime scene. There might have been a murder. Gregor is a powerful man. He left us a message in his journal. That might have just been a name, but it also could have been the name of his killer.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Are you? I mean, I guess you're part of the Guard Corps. You know what? Roll for it. Roll.
Guidance! Guidance!
Is that D4?
Yeah.
Okay. Got. What am I rolling for?
I was gonna say charisma, but if you have a
Just
skill,
raw charisma?
Yeah, let's just
Intimidation?
Oh, well, yeah, intimidation, maybe. Persuasion?
Persuasion? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 15 and then a D4. Does it pass without a D4?
Roll the d4.
Huh?
Roll the d4.
Okay. Uh-oh. A 1.
Hey, that's exactly enough to pass. Would you look at that?
Let's go.
Your DC was 16. He goes, I'm almost on the off the clock. You're a guard. I'll tell you what. You take over the crime scene from me, and you can do all the paperwork around this, and then the crime scene is yours, and my boys can get out of your hair.
You know what? You work so hard as an officer of the law, and I think you deserve a break. Yeah, I can take care of this for you.
I really appreciate that. It's nice to see a cop lover out there. You have a wonderful day, cop lover.
Thank you for your service.
He leaves this crime scene to you. Claire Queen, noted appreciator of cops. Sorry.
And then Razer will kind of like lean over as they walk towards the tower. Cops, am I right?
Was that to Mixie or was that to Otto?
Is Mixie with us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, leans over to Mixie. Well, actually to both of them. Cops, am I right?
Yes.
Fuck the police.
Precisely.
All right, Otto, let's go.
Okay.
Also, let's find that evidence and remove it so that this doesn't happen next time.
At least we know that the tower exists outside of the loop.
This is true.
Yeah, so you go inside. There is crime scene tape. There's like one of those little triangle things with like an evidence marker next to the open journal with the piece of paper. All of the stools are exactly where you left them. This room is in fact outside of time. If you do something here or leave something here, it will stay the way that you left it, but the cops will see it first thing in the morning.
So yeah, I came in here and I put all the stools upside down on all the tables just to see. And I wrote my name in a journal and it all stayed.
Yeah.
Also, there's a puzzle in here.
What puzzle?
I forget where in the tower it is, but
It's in
I
the,
don't
it's in
know.
the
It's
study.
in the study.
The study's the only part of the tower that's outside of time and space. Or outside of time, rather.
Got it.
Which is how they can continue to find Gregor's body. He's fallen down just outside of the study. Otherwise, there'd be a corpse in here every single morning.
I wondered
slowly
about that.
Decomposing. So it's just the study.
I wondered about that. Okay. Yeah, I take you to the study and I present you the 3 pressure plates. One has a moon, one has a sun, and one has a planet. And these 3 stools can be placed on them. I think I took them all off last time I was in here.
Huh.
I think so too. Chat, if that was not the state that they were in, we're retconning it because that's
Retconning
none
it.
of us wrote down what we did with the puzzle.
I wrote down
'Cause
everything
we're
about
like
the puzzle except what I did.
Professionals.
So what happens when you just...
And then Razer will step on one of the moon, whichever one that is.
You step on the moon, and so the moon one goes.
Nothing happens.
Yep, yeah, you just push the moon one in.
And if I remove my foot, does it stay pushed in or does it come back up?
It goes. Comes right back out.
Okay.
We've searched this study pretty thoroughly before, right?
You searched the tower, I believe. I don't remember if you. I don't think you searched the study super well, but from a DM's point of view, this puzzle and the fact that it's outside of time are like the 2 big things.
Well, there's only so many combinations it could be.
Well... Yeah, if you press one at a time, there's only so many combinations. If you have to press multiples or multiple combinations, then there's a lot more combinations. And how many times do you have to press all the things? That's a lot of combinations. I'm not great at math, but Mixie, I'm pretty sure that's quite a lot of combinations.
Oh, yeah, math is hard. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's so many combinations.
Razer, like, like almost like slaps her own face, like, but she just like.
All right, well, let's just press one at a time.
And then we'll press moon, sun, planet.
Okay. You press moon, then you press sun. Are you pressing them one at a time, or are you pressing and holding them?
One at a time.
All right. You press moon, and the plate comes back up. You press sun, and the plate comes back up. You press planet, and the plate stays depressed.
Okay. And then I'll be like, interesting. And then from there, we'll press sun.
You press sun, and the planet one comes back up, and the sun one comes back up.
Okay. And then press planet down.
Okay. You press planet.
And then
Goes down.
press moon.
And they both come back up.
Okay. Press planet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
It
put
goes
a
back
chair
down.
on it.
You put a chair on it.
And then I press moon.
They both come back up.
Any ideas, Otto?
Not really. Process of elimination.
Why don't you stand here on planet?
Okay.
And then
Otto, you press
Stand on
planet?
I stand upon it.
And then I go stand on moon.
You stand on moon,
Uh-huh.
and they both come back up.
Okay. Is it okay?
Like,
Try that one more time. And then on this time I'll stand on sun.
You stand on sun.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then Otto, the sun kind of depresses, and then Otto, you stand on planet,
yeah.
and they go back up.
They go back up even while we're standing on them.
Oh, sorry. After you get off of them. They
After
go
we
back
get off. Okay.
Okay. I was like, Otto, stay on planet.
Staying on planet.
Okay.
Mhm.
She's standing on the planet. And then I stand on sun and I stay there.
up. Okay, they're both depressed while you're both standing on them.
Okay. Mixie, can you come stand on moon?
Oh, sure. She stands on moon.
Nothing happens?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Otto, stay right there. And then Mixie, come here. And then I stand on
steps off moon.
and then I stand on moon. And then I say, Mixie, stand on sun.
Mixie stands on sun.
And nothing happens?
Nothing happens.
Do we think it's the people? I feel like Gregor wouldn't make a puzzle in his study that he needed friends to solve.
That's a good point.
No, he would.
Would he?
Oh, absolutely.
I guess I don't know.
Look, I love Gregor. He's it feels so bad to speak Will of the Dead. Wizards are annoying.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Well, they spend all their time reading books about magical whatnots and doodads, and magical things have to be decoded, and they just kind of get in the puzzle mindset, and everything is a puzzle, and everything has rules, and everything is weird, and they make
Books.
towers that exist outside of time, which do weird things to a citadel that also exists outside of time, because now it's two different things that exist out of time stacked on top of each other. And then when you mention it, they say things like, maybe not everything is intended to follow the same order, and I don't know what that means. For example, like a hypothetical.
That seems oddly specific, but sure.
I'm gonna look around the room and look for any kind of like book or any kind of like anything that might look like it has something to do with a planet or sun or a moon.
Okay, Otto, what are you doing right now? Where are you? Where are you standing?
I am standing. Are all the pressure plates in like the same area?
Yeah,
or
they're all like
strewn
right
about-
next to each other.
I'm probably just standing there looking at them. Not standing on one, but just standing there.
Okay.
Do I find anything?
Can you give me a roll for the looking for plant books?
What am I rolling?
Investigation, probably.
Okay. A 9.
Dang.
I don't think you find anything. I do think you hear a knock on the door.
Who is it?
Dill.
Oh.
Let Dylan. Go let Dylan.
Hi, this city is beautiful. Everything is in weird places, and there's lots of gold and marble, and people are so nice, and when you ask for directions, they tell you exactly where to go, even if they don't know where to go very well. And the Oracle was super cool. She knows lots of things.
That's so great. What did she say?
She said, "Hi, who are you?" And I said, "Hello, I am Dill." And she said, "Hi, Dill. I know exactly what you need to know." And I said, "Excellent. I am supposed to ask you what it is that you think the universe thinks that we need to know." And she said, "Isn't it funny that things work out that way?" And I said, "I'm not sure what funny means." And then she said, "Oh, to be so innocent." And I said, "I don't know what that means." And she said, "That's okay. I know exactly what to tell you." And I said, "Great, you should tell it to me." And she said, "Tell them that anger is where he gets his strength." And then she crumbles as the hour is over and she is partway through her message.
Did she say anger is where she gets her strength?
Anger is where he gets his strength.
He gets his strength. Okay.
Well, that doesn't help us with this, does it?
I don't think so. I wonder who he is and why he likes being angry. Back to the puzzle. The best progress we had was when we went moon press, sun press, planet press, and planet stayed down. If we just come at it and press planet, does planet stay down or does it come back?
Who are you pressing planet?
Yes.
It comes back up.
What if I go moon, sun, planet, just as Razer did?
When you press moon, it stays down. When you press anything else, they all come back up.
Otto, stay on the moon.
Okay.
And then I go stand on planet.
Okay.
Mixie, stand on the sun.
Mixie goes, "Oh, I don't, well,
What?
okay." And she steps on sun, and then the whole thing comes back up.
Maybe Mixie isn't the right person. Maybe it's supposed to be Gregor.
I imagine it has something to do with with the person who stands on there, like you said. And I think I probably, and she steps on the moon one and it stays down. And she's like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
We both do the moon?
Mm-hmm.
So, these symbols
Is Gregor's
have
dead body
meaning.
still outside?
No, there's an outline where his body would have been.
Take it.
Imagine dragging his body into a tower that exists outside of time and it just rots more and more as each cycle goes on.
Each day.
So, out of character, I'm thinking, right, planet, sun, and moon all mean something. To me, with Mixie and me both being moon, that means we're both friends of Gregor. That's my first thought. Moon equals friends of Gregor, or like companions. Because Mixie said she knew him very well. He obviously really likes me, and I guess he used to be my service provider. So companions of Gregor is what's in my mind when it comes to moon. But Razer activates planet, and nobody activates sun. So
I think we need to come back with the rest of our party and try this again.
yeah, at least we learned some stuff.
Maybe if we have more people to stand on these, then we can figure out somebody who can stand on sun.
Has just out of character, has both Razer and Otto tried to stand just on each of the other symbols? Like, do we know which one Razer is what I'm asking.
Yes, we
Planet.
did that. We did Otto Razer on planet, and nothing like happened, so we had Mixie step on sun, and then it reset the puzzle.
Okay, so Razer's planet. Okay, I'm just trying to write all this down so we have it for next session.
Same. Okay. Yeah, I think we hit somewhat of a dead end here.
Mixie is actually not going to say anything.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I got nothing else. I mean, I'm stumped. I feel like just getting more people to press things is the way.
Otto, why don't you try standing on Sun and see what happens?
I stand on Sun.
Oh, that's actually very interesting. Let me think about that for a moment.
The symbols do have meanings.
Mixie, can you stand on the moon?
You know what? I actually think that would probably work.
I'm the sun and the moon.
I think the door opens, and I think I can't explain that to anyone why that works yet. But I think by my own logic, actually that... Okay. Yeah. So you do this. And a bookshelf slides open, revealing just like a little compartment. And on a pedestal in that compartment is a... Oh my god. Thing that you open a door with. What the fuck is the word?
A door?
No, you put...
A key?
Thank you. Key. I lost completely... I completely lost the word key. I'm falling apart, y'all. There's a key. There's a key on a pedestal. And on the wall behind it, kind of carved into the stone, it says, "The stages of life have come together to see the path."
The stages of life have come together to see the path?
Yeah. This is not going to make any goddamn sense. But I do think if I waited until you knew what the puzzle meant and then did it the way that I intended, people watching this would be like, actually. Because I just, yeah.
Okay.
Having Mixie, I shouldn't have let Mixie stay on that goddamn pedestal.
I assume this is the key to the portal to hell? It's the only key we're looking for.
Yeah, you have found a key to the portal to hell.
Neat. And there's words here, whatever they mean.
Mixie goes, yeah, that's weird. That's so strange. Let's not look at those.
What are the stages of life?
You're born, you live, you die.
How is that us?
I have no idea. Wow, that's so interesting.
I'm very
Let's take
new
this back
here,
to the portal now. Bye.
but I feel okay.
She knows something, right?
I'm not good at telling when people are lying.
She knows something.
It's like a new concept to me, but I feel like if anybody is, it's Mixie just then.
Otto, can you wait right here for a second?
Sure.
I'm gonna chase after Mixie by myself.
Okay. Mixie goes, hi, Razer. Wow, what a wonderful day. Today is...
I told Otto
such a good
to wait in
card.
the study.
Yeah, okay.
What do you know?
Well, I'm an avatar of death.
Yeah.
I'm death. You're alive.
Uh-huh.
And Otto's like new. She's like a newly created being who's now sentient, which is kind of the same as being born. And technically this is the day that she was born.
So why didn't you want me to know that? Why didn't you want us to know?
I mean, do you want to tell Otto why I represent death in this equation?
That's a good point.
Yeah, because like seeing somebody step on a pedestal that represents death and having it do something is one thing, but like thinking about why that person represented death while they were on the pedestal is another thing.
So then why did Otto represent death?
What a wonderful day we're having. My goodness, time to get this key where it needs to go.
Mixie. If it is
I'm just gonna
something that is
step
relevant
around.
to Otto's privacy, I will not press it. But if this is something that we should know, I would love for you to tell me.
And she's gonna like just look at you for a second. She's gonna hand you the key, and then she just blinks out. She's just gone. She's just fully leaves the situation.
She just blinked out of existence.
Yep. She's
Razer just standing there holding the key and just like shock on her face. And then she like, with the shocked expression on her face, like walks back to the study and is like, okay, Otto, time to go.
Okay.
And then we're going to
How
head back and
informative.
find the others.
she did not want to tell you that. But this girl does not know how to keep her cool. Fight or flight.
We did our part.
All right. Fia, Dreg. You are, I believe, getting off the train, and the ambassador's house is right there so conveniently. And yeah, I mean, you can just walk in. You've got a different government official with you. The day's kind of weird, but it's not like there's anything stopping Dreg Douglas from talking to his counterpart, Eric,
who definitely has a last name of some kind.
Eric's got a last name, just nobody's asked.
I have no inclination to.
Yeah. So, this ambassador guy, you know him, right? Like, what's he like?
Well, I don't know this guy, do I?
I mean, I'm sure you've met. How well would you think Dreg Douglas would know a coworker that he almost has no reason to ever interact with?
So, Dreg tells Fia, he's got such a face, you know?
That's a really messed up thing to say.
What do you even do around here?
That's a great question. Hey, look, let me see. Building directory. Where is this guy's office?
Yeah, so you get inside, and you see there's a man sitting at his desk. He's dressed like very, very professionally, very clean cut. He's reading what looks like a bunch of intelligence briefs and papers, and he's writing down things and making notes. And he's got a big scar on his face, but other than that, he just looks like a normal human businessman. And he looks up at you and he goes, "Oh, Dreg, I didn't even know you knew where my office was. What do I owe the pleasure?"
Well, first of all, congratulations onto the move. Right next to the train. Very convenient for the commute. So hey.
That is actually rather nice.
We have a situation, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, everything's
First
shuffled.
of all, you have your hell key, right?
Yeah, I keep it on me all the time.
That's great. So it's very important that we get that key. The portal is right next to Haste. I'm sure you know it. Very good reviews.
My favorite bodega on the Citadel, yeah.
You and everyone else I interact with.
It's so good.
Nah, it's not that good.
It's really not.
Where do you eat that?
Oh, listen. You want to share sandwich recommendation? I've got you. But right now, the Mortal Realm's about to launch an invasion, so we kind of need to get the gate to hell open for reinforcements.
I was building
Sorry.
that.
What?
Well, it's just as Fia. This is Fia, by the way.
Nice to meet
Privy
you.
to state secrets for reasons.
And good to see you again, Freddy.
So, the Mortal Realm is invading Hell. Most likely, not most likely, we know for a fact, they're somehow in tandem with Heaven. So, we kind of need to get in contact with Hell and maybe, possibly, and this is completely off the record, maybe, get their army through the portal.
Right. Okay. And he kind of stands up and he's backing away. So, just to make sure I have the situation clear, Heaven and the mortal plane are about to invade us, so we need to open the portal to Hell to let Hell come in and invade first. Now that the archdemons are all dead and we have no contract preventing them from conquest.
Haven't you talked to them? They talked to us. Right?
Sorry, Paul
Dreg,
went behind
you were talking
Paul Dog
to
went
the guy
behind
on the
my
other
back?
side.
Yes, I talked to Paul. So here's the thing. We've had a whole time loop thing going on. We're kind of a couple days in now. Hence why my friend here is part privy to all this diplomatic stuff. You're seeming a little on edge, and I just want to say, whatever you're about to do, don't. You'll get another chance tomorrow. Anyway, what we need to do is stay calm, right? And maybe if you know anything about what could have caused this, or anything that would get Heaven under the impression that Hell wants to be in conflict with them for any reason, now would be the time to say something.
Well, I mean, again, we had a treaty with the archdemons. The archdemons are all now dead. The treaty doesn't exist anymore. The only thing stopping Hell from invading is the fact that they can't breach our gate, which you so conveniently want to open right now. And you, the ambassador to the mortal realm, who should know very well if we're getting invaded or not, are asking me why the mortals would want to invade us?
Fia, can I get like a blank check to just like talk? And you maybe won't do bad things to my body.
There's so many dirty
Do
jokes
you
I could make
usually
right
do
now.
bad things to Dreg?
Like, if Fia just kind of goes, yeah, sure, like, whatever, man.
Thank you very much. He turns to Eric. Listen, dude, if you're talking about me colluding with the mortals, you know I don't give a fuck about what their goals might be or their safety. What I care about is keeping the status quo in order, right? So I wouldn't be recommending or suggesting that we should get Hell all up in here, because that's like the one thing we're not supposed to do. But things are pretty fucking dire.
That is, I think, the only time I have ever heard you be honest.
I know.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Not a great roll, but I have good persuasion. That's a 15.
I could be persuaded not to give you my key, but to come with you to the gate of Hell with my key, and make a decision.
That would be fantastic. And in fact, preferable. I mean, who better than your expertise to help us out with this? And if we can get Paul on the horn, then I am sure that he will corroborate everything I've been saying, because, important to note, apparently Hell can see what has been going on with the time loop business. So
Yeah, so can Heaven.
Oh, I don't know about Heaven,
Yeah.
but Hell can see it, and they're seeing through the
No,
portal.
they can see it.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's say I believe that. There's a time loop. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna, and he like calls over an automaton that's just been sort of sitting in the corner of his room. He's like, if anybody comes in, tell them I'm at the gate. Where's the gate of Hell right now? Everything's all scrambled.
It's over next to Haste.
And Haste is where it normally is? It is.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less. For some
Yes.
reason, that one hasn't moved too much.
Okay, I will, tell everyone I'm at the gates of Hell, which are currently next to Haste.
Maybe we could keep that information confidential, just for now.
Okay. Can you promise me I'll be back, I don't know, by 1 o'clock?
Probably earlier.
Okay, tell them I'll be back by 1 o'clock. Maybe earlier.
Yeah. Before we go, just want to double check something here. The archdemons, like the dudes who are dead, were they angels?
Were they angels?
Were they angels?
Listen, buddy, I don't know what you think an ambassador does, but there is no amount of money, power, or immortality that could convince me to go and stand in front of an archdemon. I talked to another ambassador who actually came here. I went to hell once for a meeting, and I got this. I got this because I got jumped by a weird little imp thing. And he points at the
So
scar
you don't
on
know
his
either,
face.
huh? Okay.
And honestly, I didn't even make it to hell. We opened the portal, I walked in, and there's like a little bit of a tunnel, and I got attacked. And it's a whole thing. But no, I've
never been
talked
to hell?
an archdemon. No.
You've never been to hell.
We've sent people into hell a handful of times. Last time was a bunch of guards people who all died with the previous ambassador, and that's how I got this job.
You haven't been there since like the Civil War stuff.
No, it's not safe. It's hell.
What the fuck do any of you people even do around there? Like, Fier walks out. So if Dreg wants a moment alone with him, Fier is like stomping off, frustrated.
He'll be preoccupied for at least a little bit. Probably won't notice we're not trailing behind for a good couple minutes. So, hey. You seriously haven't been down there since the Civil War stuff?
No, it's not safe. There's been a travel ban ever since we had a whole contingency go to hell a while ago, and like they all died. Every one of them. There was, a couple guardsmen, an ambassador, the ambassador's wife. They all thought it was safe to go because they had a meeting and an appointment, and we don't know what happened. Hell is hell. It's kind of hard to see in there, but none of them came back, so we assume they're all dead.
Actually, can I pull Freddy out with me when I go? I'm sorry for jumping in there.
Absolutely you can.
Yeah, you need an ear. You need someone to hear.
Yeah, because he needs someone to rant at. Yeah.
Yeah. Drake says, do you know why that contingent was sent in the first place?
No. There's just a thing that we had to do. Every now and then we send people out there. I know the war was starting, and so I think we were sending down to see because some lesser demons were rising up against the archdemons or something like that. The whole thing is very classified, but I think we were offering to help the archdemons because even though they're archdemons and they're terrible monsters, we got a deal with them that they can't break, and I don't know that we could get a deal with whoever comes next.
Okay. One more thing. So again, super off the record, don't tell anyone, but I have kind of been speaking to some people who have been acting on behalf of heaven, and for some reason they have this idea in their head that conflict with hell is inevitable. Do you have any idea why that would be the case?
Wait, hold on. You're going behind my back talking to Paul Dar. You're going behind the ambassador to heaven's back. You talking to anyone in your territory? What are you doing working? We got the easiest gig in the world here, man.
My territory is busy invading, so I can't talk to anyone because no one's here on a diplomatic basis. Do you know anything about an inevitable conflict with hell, please?
I mean, no, they just seem like they're building homes. There's a supermarket in hell now. It's weird.
Okay, on
but
that note,
also
how did they achieve peace? Because apparently they've achieved peace.
Well, the armies down there have completely killed all of the archdemons. And so we have no contract with anyone preventing anyone from invading the realm. which is not a thing that most people are privy to, but given your position, I think I can tell you this. But yeah, the archdemons are all dead, and hell can just, if they could get through the gate, there's no contract preventing them from invading.
Okay.
And
I have no idea how this trip to...
archdemons. It's just one big unified group. So instead of one of 7 armies of hell, we would just have all of hell.
Okay. I have no idea how this portal visit is going to go in terms of what information will be revealed and what we will learn. What I want you to know, ambassador to ambassador, I might have means to ensure your safety in whatever paradigm comes out on top of this.
I mean, that was all you had to say, man. Whatever
Awesome.
you need.
Great.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, great. We're
with you.
birds of a feather, man. Awesome. Okay.
Look at our job. What do we do?
What do we do?
Keep relationships with a plane that should never ever be here?
And like, what even is keeping a relationship? Throwing social events, right? And just making sure everyone's happy and everyone in the parties have been happy, okay?
Hey, I'm gonna let you in on a secret, man. You came in here, I was all put together, I looked like I was working and stuff. He like waves his hand and the illusion dispels. He didn't have plates, or he didn't have papers. He was eating his breakfast. He had like a novel. He was reading a book. He was like, it's all about appearances, and he waves his hand again. He's like, hey.
That is so good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I learned from you. You are a legend among slackers. Word is you haven't done a day's worth of work in over 1,000 years.
Has it been that long? Wow.
What a guy.
That's my accomplishment. All right, let's just get to the fucking train.
That's what you're known for. And he starts walking.
I'm not going to think about that anymore.
All right, Fia and Freddy, you guys having a conversation.
Yeah, like Fia is like walking out, like Freddy trailing along with. What the fuck do these people even do around here? They're supposed to. Your boss is supposed to know what's happening in the mortal realm. That guy's supposed to know what's happening in hell, but none of them know a goddamn thing. What does he even do all day?
Hey, man, that honestly, like, that's my fault. I'm supposed to keep him informed on what's happening in the mortal realm. So if he doesn't know, I dropped the ball. That's on me.
Okay, cool. So you might know this. Mortal realm.
Yeah.
Military exercises, parades. There's an empress down there. I haven't kept in touch with any of this since military parade, empress. They all hate hell a lot, right? Like they really, really, really hate it. Like that's the religion business is preaching about hell, bad, demons kill all of them, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well, so we've had census data for a long time. The number of people who are worshiping the god of light has gone up dramatically year after year. Humans and mortals, are all these people, they're in kind of like a weird place. Like, you know, when I talk about mortals, what do you think of? Rebellious, full of fire, chaotic, doing, you know, living fast and dying hard. They're mostly all religious these days. There's like a certain spark that's just kind of been missing from them for a while now, for several generations. And it's just, you know, first there's cycles to these things, right? So like a couple hundred years ago, when God of Light worship was like on the rise, that was pretty normal. But then it just kept going up, and like, I mean, the Empress, you called her a tyrant, but it's not really even that tyrannical of a rule. People were just like, yeah, she talks to this guy that I worship, and I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of how things have been. I've been telling Dreg about
right.
this.
People don't vote, right? They don't get a say. She's an Empress, right?
Yeah, I mean, they don't vote, but like they're not rebelling. Like people like her.
What happens to anyone who does rebel? Just quick question. Or anyone who doesn't worship, or...
They're usually like completely executed. But like usually when that happens, you get like, you know, secret cults, secret religions, secret rebellions, secret resistance. And it's just like the humans don't want that. They just seem like really happy with religious militaristic rule and
Yeah, I'm sure
lack
they
of
seem that way.
individualism.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Listen, it puts a hand on Freddy's shoulder. Listen, your boss, as far as I'm concerned, he's a scumbag, but you seem to like him. I'm willing to respect that. He and I are in this shit together. Whether I like it or not, he and I, we're in this shit together, and I'm gonna try my best to drag his ass out of it alive.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's a better man than you think he is. I came to him for help, and he didn't even hesitate. Like, I'm alive today because of him.
Yeah, I'm taking that on faith, buddy. Listen, he needs to see that you and I, the others, we're what he's got right now. He thinks he's got a lot. He thinks he's got contacts. He thinks he's talking to someone. He thinks he's outsmarting this shit. You can't outsmart these people. You have to meet them with force. He needs to see that. How do I convince him of anything? How do you convince him of something?
Well, so sometimes I need him to like actually do stuff, right? Like he doesn't. He's a good guy, but he's kind of a lazy guy. You got to remind him that if he doesn't do his job, if he doesn't sign this paper, if he doesn't go to his yearly meeting with the mortals, those kinds of things, his immortality expires, and then he'll, probably turn to dust because he'll age immediately for how long he's been there. I don't know if he'd age or not. I actually don't know how that works, but he loses his immortality if he loses his job, and he cares about living forever. That's he likes living his life.
He just kind of wants to stick around, have things be the same tomorrow as they were yesterday.
Exactly. He's comfortable. And so if I want to motivate him, the main way to do so is to remind him that if he doesn't do this, he loses his immortality, because that seems to be the thing. I mean, he cares about a lot of stuff, right? Like, he keeps his cards close to his vest. He's always doing something good. He's helping me in more ways than I can imagine because he's a caring guy. But the thing that he wears on his sleeve, he cares about life.
Cares about life. He wants stuff to be normal. Well, shit, I can work with that. I've worked with that before. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Hey, listen, we were trying to find, like, a robot that had delivered. We all got a delivery this morning, all of us. We got a little trinket in the mail. Someone else was supposed to get one, but we don't know if they did. How the hell do you figure out if a robot has delivered something properly?
I mean, you can just ask them if they have any pending deliveries.
Yeah, but there's some kind of bug, something the robot doesn't know who sent the thing. Is there some way to search for, like, a robot that's not doing its... I don't know if you know this, but, like, you deal with mail, right?
Yeah, we get lots of mail, actually, in this office. If a robot's got a delivery that is not supposed to... that doesn't know how to deliver, if it can't deliver, then it either will continue trying to make the delivery, in which case it'll just kind of be stuck. So if you find, like, a robot that's trying to get to a part of the city that it can't access or something, then it'll just sort of be looping around in that general area trying to find something. If there's some way to say, hey, this is undeliverable, then whoever says don't deliver it, whoever tells them it's undeliverable tells that to the robot, then the robot takes possession of it and is officially the owner of that item until they find who they're supposed to deliver it to. Typically speaking, when that happens, they should go to the mail room in the tower, but none of them could make it to the tower. So either there's a robot trying to get to the tower, or there's a robot trying to get to a person that they can't get to.
Okay. That's pretty useful, actually. Hey, damn, you know all the stuff I wish that he would know.
I'm really good at my job.
Yeah, maybe you should be ambassador someday.
No, I'm not. That's not. And he kind of huffs off.
Listen, don't you think your boss deserves to retire? A nice, cozy retirement. He doesn't have to do anything. You're already doing most of the work. You might as well have the title.
But then
it'd be easier for him, even.
But he doesn't want to die.
He can be a statesman.
I don't want him to die. No,
you know,
I
advisor.
Can't. I don't know about that.
He can be calling the big shots, and you're just handling all the busy work. It's too much for him.
Maybe if he gets like a promotion or something.
Yeah, what if he got a promotion? Nice, cushy job, nowhere like that he needs to worry about all the stuff here. You just kind of take over, carry on his legacy. Wouldn't that be something?
If you can find him a promotion where he doesn't have to do any work, he'll take it in a heartbeat. You don't need to convince me.
Yeah, because, like, you could run this stuff, right?
I could. I pretty much do.
Yeah. Maybe we should find a way so that you do. Maybe we should find a way for that.
I mean, if that's what you want.
And I think that's about as much time we have until the two colluding ambassadors come out to find the colluding workers.
Yeah.
Hey, we were following you the whole time for sure.
You were? How much of that did you hear?
Train.
Okay.
I was, we were talking about other stuff. Anyway, train. Oh, I love trains.
Train. All right. Yeah. So you take the train back to Sector 6? I don't know. I forget which sector we're in. Sector Home sector. I might not have numbered this sector. And, yeah, you got your key. You got your portal to hell. I guess, are you guys all meeting back up at Haste?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's where the portal is, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You meet up at Haste, and you have both of the keys to the portals to hell.
We found our key. Did you find yours?
I still have the key.
Oh, yeah.
Better yet, we found the guy with the key. His name?
Hi, I'm Eric.
Eric. Yes.
Hello, Eric. Thank you for coming. I'm surprised that you were, like, totally fine with just accompanying Dreg, but, you know, appreciate you doing your job.
Well, you know, Dreg is really good at negotiating and shared a moment of earnesty with me that I really appreciated.
Dreg? This one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He did?
He did.
Huh. So, in that case, I'm assuming you've been apprised of the situation and what's happening here. We need to get this portal open.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily agree, but there's a thing in there. I can talk to whoever's on the other side, and we can try to work things out. I'm not wild on opening the gates to hell, because everything that's down there is a disgusting, horrible, inhumane monster that wants to kill us, and I don't know,
I'm just
skin
curious.
us and feed us to spiders or something.
Where did you hear all this about hell?
I mean, it's hell. Have you heard otherwise?
I have not. But where did we hear all this about hell to begin with? Have you ever
I
thought
don't know,
about that?
It's just like the things that people say about hell.
Yeah. Right? Have you been there? Have you seen it?
No. Well, I mean, I almost got there. There's like a little...
When was the last time anybody
Passageway.
actually saw what's on the other side?
We sent a group of people down to hell, and
And
They
they
never
didn't
came
come
back?
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
some guardsmen, diplomats contingent. The whole thing was very top secret, though. We said that it was a mission to Mortal Realm, but that's just because, you know, hell is a scary place. We don't talk about it much with the civilians.
Oh. Right.
Anyway, let's get this thing on the road before we got soldiers pouring in.
Yeah, I am concerned about that, but we got like an hour. It's fine. So I'm just gonna, and he walks up to the console, and he puts his key.
Eric said that?
Said what?
That we have an hour?
Eric said we got about an hour. We never specified when the invasion was happening.
Sorry, Eric would not say that. That was more me thinking out loud.
Okay.
Good
All right.
catch on something being sussy. That was DM mistake sussy.
Okay.
I realize I've done a lot of sussy shit intentionally. This one's a DM mistake.
If anyone's gonna fuck us over that way, it's the politician.
Take
it from me.
I like how everyone's like, oh, clue? What? Oh, shit.
I've given you guys so many clues by saying things wrong. I can't fault you for that. That's me saying with like an hour left. He goes, yeah, okay, let's get this over with. I'm gonna call hell. I got a meeting scheduled with these guys, but I'm not supposed to talk to them for like a couple of days. So I'm gonna, like, it might take them a second to pick up. I don't imagine they're just waiting around and listening for the communicator to the Citadel. And he's pushing some runes on a little
Dreg
stone
looks
pedestal
at the hell
console.
portal like it's a camera on The Office as he's saying that.
And he presses in some more, and then it makes a sound almost like a phone ringing, but more of like a haunting sort of hell bellow noise. And like immediately the portal sort of just like an image appears, and you see a demon man He's wearing a suit, like a very mortal looking suit, but he is a devil man, not a tiefling, a demon, a devil. He's got horns, he's got a tail, he's got glowing yellow eyes. I know that on the surface this could just be a tiefling, but there's something unsettling about looking at a demon, almost otherworldly. And he answers the phone, or answers this video call, as it were, and he goes,
Ambassador, actually genuinely surprised to hear from you, but I'm thrilled to have this open. Hello, everybody. We've been watching your situation unfold, and we are ready to help.
Paul, I am so glad to hear that.
Dreg, excellent to see you. I think this is actually the first time I've seen you look like. Talking to you in your weird death void has been interesting. Nice to see you alive and well.
Likewise on all fronts. And we are so glad to have your help. I just want to get an idea of how this is going to look like. Are we jumping right into army comes marching through the portal and things start kicking off, or do we have a little time to sort of just like touch base? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we could touch base if you want. Near as we can tell, based on what we've seen, if anybody enters, they're part of the loop now. So we would actually prefer to get the lay of the land, maybe send 1 or 2 people in before we send lots of people in, so we know exactly what's happening. The idea of being trapped in this time loop of yours isn't thrilling, it's just necessary.
At this point, Eric's like, sorry, time loop? Am I a part of this conversation?
Did Dreg not inform you about the time loop situation?
We referenced the time loop situation. It's a lot to go over.
I feel like this is over my pay grade. Dreg, I'm going to trust you with my key, and I'm going to go next door and grab a sandwich.
Good luck with your
I
sandwich.
mean, yeah, fine.
All right, cool. See you.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Dreg, how about one of us takes that second key, just in case, so no one can get their hands on both of them at the same time, but taking out one guy.
Yeah, and Fia and I are the hardiest of fighters, so, think they'll probably be safe with us. What do you think?
I could probably hold on to it. Lots of pockets in this armor,
I don't think that's very fair. I don't like that arrangement.
Also, just a point of order, the key being in the pedestal is what's allowing this video call to happen. So at the moment, no one's holding that key. It's just sort of in the thing. If one of you takes hold of the key, you lose conversation with Paldar.
Yeah, so let's maybe table that for a second. But I will say that maybe, you entrusted me with the key and,
I don't trust you with anything.
So, Paul, do you have
Paldar?
any perspective, on why Heaven maybe thinking it's a good idea to aggress Hell right now? I mean, surely you have some perspective that we don't on the situation, and we'd just like to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, so, my understanding is that you guys don't really know what's going on down here, like at all. So just know that we don't hold any ill will towards you. In fact, a lot of people who were there are here now. The wars in Hell were being perpetrated by the archdemons who fought each other. That's just like a thing that we all knew and were all told, and all the demons were evil and terrible and awful. The archdemons were angels. The demons, us, we are just regular people, and we kind of figured that out. We came together and we killed the angels that were in charge, and now we're at peace.
The whom? The who now? The what now? The who?
The angels. The archdemons were angels, and they are now dead. There are no angels in hell. And I think that's probably why Heaven wants to come. I think for some reason they want us all doing terrible, awful things to each other, and then killing everyone.
Okay.
Hold
It's
on.
very interesting.
So,
Sorry to interrupt there, Mr. Ambassador, sir. wouldn't happen to have a girl by the name of Yort on the other side there, somewhere around you, would you?
The General York?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not here with me right now. She's one of our, most important people that would... What are you... Sorry, how
Really?
do
She
you
wasn't
know?
lying about that. Jeez, she used to tell so many stories. She's my sister.
Oh. My God. Hi. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you. You're...
No, please don't
the
sir me,
Falcon.
for the love of God.
I just have been told many stories about how you're the noblest knight and you fight against evil and all of that.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Half of
God, I hope so.
why we
Anyway,
meet your sister, General, is all the tales of the battles that she fought in your...
yeah, no, I just wanted to confirm that, yeah, Dreg, what he's saying is all true. There are people down there. My sister was not supposed to go to hell. Not if bad people go there.
Near as we can tell, everyone goes here, good or bad.
What do you mean everyone goes to hell? That's not how it's supposed to work, Paul. That's not what we were told.
Yeah, so I didn't live in your fancy citadel while I was alive. I was on the mortal plane. I actually spent my time as a doctor volunteering to help sick children. I think I'm like the exact opposite of the type of person that typically goes to hell. And here I am. And now we're making hell a nice place. Because when you're in hell, these hell forges that were making demon bodies, everyone that's coming out of there was a mortal who died. And the demon bodies don't have to die. We don't age, we don't get sick. Like, this could be a paradise. But instead it was a meat grinder.
Nobody in hell ages? No sickness?
None. I mean,
What's
there
your-
was
what's your
no
la- what's your-
external- What's what?
What's your manual labor situation in terms of the average person in hell having to do that?
I mean, people are building houses and stuff because they want them. And if we don't really need to eat, you can eat if you want to eat. Eating is fun. There's really good food. We have great wine. I don't know if you've ever had hell wine, but it's amazing. And it just kind of comes from a river.
The hell wine just comes from a river?
Yeah. We don't really need water, so we have lava rivers. We also have rivers with alcohol and poison. I think whoever made it down here was just having fun. But you don't really have to do anything. There's people help each other. People help each other build houses because they want to. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're a therapist, your life isn't very peaceful because there's a lot of trauma down here. People did and said some really terrible things during the wars because they were trying to blend in and make other demons believe that they were demons because we didn't know that demons were people. So there's a lot of trauma. So if you're a therapist, you got your work cut out for you. We've only been at peace for a pretty short time, but what we got going on is great. There's actually not a lot to fight for when you have everything you need. Do you know you don't get cold down here? Where I'm from, we had to have shelters because you die of exposure to the elements. It's a little warm. I mean, a shelter is nice to have shade, but if I stayed outside for 3 days straight, I was not gonna, dehydrate and die.
Paul Darrell, I want you to know that I have been extremely sympathetic to your cause ever since I learned about it, and you have my word that we will do everything that we can to make sure your people are liberated and this glorious new version of hell can survive and thrive.
That is genuinely so starkly and shockingly different than your reputation
Yeah,
made
no,
me
he's
expect.
lying. That being said, we do want to help you. And in fact, just hearing about everything that has been going on, so let me just get this straight.
the archdemons were actually angels from the Citadel of Light. And the only reason that any kind of suffering whatsoever was happening in hell was because of the God of Light.
Yeah, they weren't from his citadel, they were from heaven. His citadel is what stops people from getting into heaven. They don't... Mortal souls are... They don't want us up there.
Wait, right, that's the next question. If everyone goes to hell, then that means no one goes to heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what we're getting at.
Huh. Right. Listen, the way I see it, they're coming to kill us. Like, this is... Someone fucked with the bag, and now the boss is pissed. And when the boss is pissed, people are disposable. That's how it always goes. Every time. So...
Using union labor as a metaphor for what's happening here feels very apt.
Yeah, well, learn from my sister.
We'll get her here. She's one of our best fighters. It's not going to be too terribly long before you see her. But again, we're not sending one of our best into this time loop thing you got going on, because that seems terrible, to be honest.
Yeah, no, because the guys that they're sending down here, pretty tough. Like, one of them killed me with a word first time. Some guy. Have I learned his name? His name is Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guy named Adam.
Adam. I mean, we can look into him and see if there's anything we can find about the guy, but it sounds like he's real tough.
Yeah, Adam, and then this cardinal asshole who was with him, I think.
Bishop, I think.
Bishop, yeah, you talked to her, right?
We all talked to her when we were in haste. I guess you weren't here at the time, but yeah. Me and Otto talked to the bishop.
This is true.
Right, yeah. So, I don't really want to open the door down there, because that's where they want to go. But I really want some goddamn help up here. What can we do?
Well... I mean, you have the keys. We can let some people in and you can just close the door and then make sure that they don't get the keys. Like, as long as you don't do something dumb like take the keys into the tower with you when you go fight and then die and then hand them the keys to hell, thus giving them everything they've ever wanted, it should be fine.
We can do that. I think I know a good place to keep those keys safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn over to Otto and then say,
Yeah, the fewer people that know, the better. So, don't tell anybody other than yourselves. Maybe even keep it a secret among yourselves in case y'all get tortured or something. But yeah, you can open the gate for just a little bit and let people in, and then close the gate. Like, you have that power. And we're not gonna stop you from closing the gate because that's our security.
You guys have pretty good weapons in hell, right? 10,000 years of blood war, whatever. Must have forged something nice.
Yeah, well, we got some nice weapons down here.
Okay. Could you
I
get
can
like
send
a
off for...
big crate of them just sitting there ready?
Yeah, you know what? I'll have some people bring some weapons. It'll be good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Going into a time loop's not great. So the people we're sending are volunteers. To try to make sure they survive. I guess it's a time loop. I don't know. I try to make sure they don't suffer.
How long do we have until the invasion right now? Like, in-game, how long have we been talking?
I'll say you guys got about half an hour.
Okay.
all right. And then Razor's going to pull out her key, and then I'm going to open the door now.
Okay.
Thank you. I know it probably takes a lot to trust us on this.
You've had some help.
Okay.
And
Thanks
then
to...
Razor just sticks the key in and turns it.
Yeah, so you stick the key in and turn it, and the picture of Paldar on the portal disappears. And the portal itself almost looks like it's like turning off. And in its place, there's a long tunnel. And at the end of the tunnel, there is like a red, hot light. And after a moment, you see some people very cautiously walking down this tunnel. Just a handful, just a few people. And they walk through, and they're both demons. They're both, again, very odd to look at, very otherworldly. They kind of glow a little bit. They've got sort of like hoof legs. Their eyes are fiery, and they're both various shades of red, but not like a red that you've ever really seen before. One man, one woman, both of them in armor, like they're ready to fight. It's not a clean uniform the way that the mortal plane all look like religious garb and similar armor. It's sort of, it's clearly whatever these people wanted to wear and go into battle with. And the two of them walk through and go, oh my god, that worked. I was afraid it was going to be like a bug walking into a zapper kind of thing. Hi, hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
You're the first people to leave hell in a long, long time.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I'm from here, actually.
You are?
Yeah, I grew up here. This is...
Welcome back. What's your name?
Thanks. My demon name is Dar. That's just what they called me when I got out of the pits. And I've been there for a long time. I don't really remember what I used to be called.
Dar?
Yeah.
I'm Razer. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. This is Kel. She's my I guess partner for this. I don't know. We're two people who've come through a portal together. She's from the mortal plane. She's never been here before. But she used to be part of this religion thing, and she's got kind of an axe to grind, no pun intended, he says, looking over at the very large axe that this woman is holding. And she just
Hey, how you doing? Name's Fear, that's Otto. Fellow over there is Dreg.
Fear, we've heard your legends. Otto.
My what?
Dreg. You're the steel wing of justice.
Falcon Wing of Justice, but
Falcon.
Yeah, Steel Wing is the old name before, did a rebrand kind of thing. Doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, we've heard all about you and your exploits. It's an honor to fight by your side.
Oh, yeah, sure. So you met my sister then?
Yeah, I can't believe she's your sister. This is crazy. This is so crazy. She's a big deal, you know.
Yeah, she told me that. I wasn't sure if I believed her. Man, does she still get all fucked up on, like, steak and wine and just fart all night in the tent?
Wouldn't you know, she has a private tent, and she has told anyone that if they enter after about 11 o'clock, especially on a night that she's been partying, that they'll get punished severely. So I couldn't...
I bet they would.
Oh my god. Are we allowed to know that? They're both kind of like excited because this is a war hero. This is a person who's instrumental in their freedom. And now they know she gets fucked up and farts a bunch on wine and steak.
Yes, yeah, I know. I used to sleep like next to her every time she went on a bender. It was fucking horrible in there. Couldn't open enough windows.
Wow. She seals herself in there till morning and doesn't let anyone... What a hero. And I think after pleasantries are over, they're kind of like, okay, so what's... Like, we can see a little bit from the portal and, like, from the outside in, but what's... Like, what exactly is the situation here? How can we help?
Well, every morning at 11, the doors to that citadel open, and we go in and do our best to fight to the top and fight off the invasion. And at some point after that, if we fail, then the invasion force comes through from the mortal plane down through the citadel. And yeah, it's a whole army, and there's only 4 of us here.
Fascinating. And nobody
They pretty
can
much
die.
slaughter everyone, but the time loop goes
Well-
around.
Yeah.
So
Everyone dies, but then the time loop restarts, and then here we are.
No. I mean, nobody can die. There's not been a new soul in hell since this started.
wait, even from the mortal realm?
They're
Well, if they're in the time loop, then they don't really die.
not. I mean, here you're in a time loop. We're not in a time loop. Mortal realm, other realms, they're not in a time loop. There's not been new souls in hell.
Nobody's died from the mortal realm either?
I don't know. We thought you might know more?
No.
I mean, I haven't seen any new people come in up here for the past little while, but I thought it was just time loop stuff.
Oh.
Because like normally there would be like people arriving and leaving the mortal plane, right? Like the citadel, as part of like daily business, right? Traders, travelers,
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Did you say specifically that started with the time loop business, or did that perhaps start earlier?
No, it started the second there was the time loop. We have been running the forge, giving people a nice welcome. A lot of people, they die, they wake up, they're a demon, they see a lot of other demons. It's really scary. And we've been trying to refine the process to make it less scary, which has not been super successful, because it turns out when a bunch of demons are nice to you and you have some preconceived notions of demons, that's a little scary.
So nobody has died at all. Interesting.
That's weird.
It's like death is missing.
Almost as if death isn't there. I wonder what's up with that.
Yeah. Okay, so we know that we didn't die as soon as we came in. Can we give Paul Dar a call real quick? Because there's
yeah,
actually like a
let's do
lot
that.
of people that
We have
are
to
coming.
close the portal to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Actually, you usually I've got he takes out a rock, and he goes, "This is a little gross. I got it from a river. I didn't bleed somebody." And he pulls out a jar with some blood in it, and he pours it on the rock. And he's like, "Hey, Paul Dar, sorry it took us a second to call. We made it. We made it. The blood rock seems like it's working. You can tell the rest to come through." And a good 40 or so demon come through. And they're like, yeah. Like, okay. They're waiting for your command. We will send more when we figure out later. But you've been climbing that citadel every single day. We figure we can help.
Yeah. So just let me get this straight. If you die in here, you don't time loop.
I think we probably do time loop.
You'll time loop. Okay, good. Because otherwise, I was a little bit worried. Okay. Well, looking at Razer, do we just go climb the tower now? Because I don't know about you, but I'm kind of itching to kill something right now.
Me too. Me too. All right. Let's make a plan. I think that we could definitely use some assistance climbing the tower, but also as a contingency, I think it would be a very, very good idea to leave some of these forces here. All right? Would
That's
you like
probably
to,
smart.
you know your soul troops the best, would you like to divide yourselves up into the home team and the away team?
We figure this might be a thing, and everybody's already got their assignments.
All right.
And
How
about
many of you are
half and
coming
half.
with us?
About 15.
15? Excellent. All right. I suppose that makes me your commanding officer. I am Sergeant Claire Razer Queen, and I will be leading this expedition up into the Citadel. Are we ready?
And they're all like, yeah, like you probably expect like a
Huzzah.
military response, and instead of just a bunch of people cheering.
Take that as a yes.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and thanks for playing, everyone. I'm going to give a kind of a rundown of how the tower climb is going to work. You've beaten a boss already. You've beaten the first 5 floors. I'm not going to make you redo those floors. Instead, what's going to happen is we're going to do a roll-off, which I will explain when we do it, to see how many men you lose rushing the floors. And then we'll start you at floor 6 with backup from that many men, and you will gain some experience from doing those first 5 floors. Because I need you guys to level up a little bit faster, so you'll probably gain a lot of experience from doing those first 5 floors, but we are going to kind of fast forward them. You guys can get to floor 5. We got a lot to go, and I'm not going to be like, all right, time to do 10 floors of dungeon crawling.
I wouldn't be opposed, but I know that this series can't go for 48 episodes. So.
Yeah, that's true. And also the number of dumb bullshit things that could kill you and be like, time to restart the day
How
on
many
floor
more bombs
3.
have you planted, Jess?
There's similar puzzles. In combat,
Great.
the demons will move as a unit, and their strength will be proportionate to how many of them are left. And then with episode 6, we're going to do the next climb in the new status quo. If you want to hear our thoughts on this episode, which this was probably our most exposition-heavy episode, period, and I think everyone's got thoughts. And yeah, we should. Well, there's an after show, backstage or backspace. Backstage. The after show with a name.
There you go.
And that's on our Patreon. I said it exists. It exists on Patreon.
On Patreon.
That's actually such an important detail. Does anyone have anything they want to plug before we get off? Because I know people have
Go
stuff
join your
over-
local union.
There you
Doesn't
go.
matter what kind, whatever. Like, you don't have to do a job that's relevant to it. Just join the union. Just go join it.
Man.